kick it off, bro.
All right, Shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone. And taught us the truth and will well. Salutations to you, hope and excellence in this truth, but all honesty and sincerity. We're your brothers at our Gms Kc Camp, coming at you another week in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of America, as well as to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, which is your so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native Americans. You're the true children of the Bible. All right? Hey, this thing is picking up, man. The scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. You know, there's a post circling around on social media that Biden came out and said that the U.S. dollar is going to go towards cryptocurrency. You know, so we're living in these times where, you know, Revelation 13 and 16 going to come to pass, man. You know, get ready, and you're going to have a huge amount of faith to resist that sea hit all the way to the end.
Well, they said, I was watching Dabu 7, and basically they were saying, like, by the year, if you have, like, savings accounts, allegedly all your savings will be depleted by the end of the year. That's what they're saying. We don't know, but depending on how quick they roll this Fed Now thing out, because, see, what Fed Now is basically like a direct algorithm to the Fed, so they can know exactly what you're purchasing and what you're buying, versus like with a fiat currency or with an actual tangible Federal Reserve note. You can go to get some gas and there's no transaction or no record of it. But with Fed Now, they would be able to say, well, look, you got too much in your savings account. We're giving you this amount to do this with it, therefore we're going to take all your money, man. So all you jakes out there telling me I'm getting the bag, I'm in my bag, you finna be putting the bag in a minute, in a box, man. Because Esau, man, hey, this is about ultimate control. What the elite said, man, they was like, look, when you have all the money and wealth in the world, the only thing you can do is exercise world power over people, man. And that's what Esau was doing, because you gotta ask yourself this. You got the money, you got the businesses, you got the power. What else fucking do we need? Right. Raw control over people, man. Okay?
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables.
Right. Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, man. Okay, your belief systems, man. Okay, understanding the wisdom and knowledge. The fact that the prophets are coming out week in and week out through all the bullshit, all this fucking confusion out in the hot weather to proclaim the gospel so our people can repent, man. Which seems like a futile effort almost, because Jake ain't trying to hear this. But it's all good because we out here for the elect and the elect only. All right, go ahead.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Right.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And what's some of the ways of speaking, brothers?
Basically what we were just going into.
Yeah.
You know, something that was written 2,000 years ago, and they got this technology out and they started pushing real heavy. You know, it wasn't just about like a month ago. Elon Musk came out and got FDA approved for the Neuralink.
Yep.
So that right there, man, that technology was written up a long time ago, and it's speaking.
And you know what, too? The AI, man. That ties into the AI algorithm. Now, if y'all pay attention, all these new movies, like, I'm not going to give it away, but that new Mission Impossible, they drop some gems in that, man. And they show you how it's a secret elite that is opposing, that's setting governments against each other, man. All for their nefarious purposes. Okay, and they got agents or sleeper cells out here that's playing both sides of the fence in order to get this agenda moving. Okay, but they call this thing the entity, man, which we know what they were talking about. But it all ties into this whole globalized system of control, man. Okay, and if you brothers can hear us on the comment board, give us a con, a shalom or something,
It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And that's what the brother was speaking on earlier, man. You know, all of these prophecies that we speak about, they're all gonna seem like it's happening. Things are revving up, but then it's not. Then they're revving up again, but then it's not. Like you people got scared during 2020, and then 6 months later you were, back on partying and bullshitting. And then they started mentioning other things, and you start getting scared again. Then you might get drafted in the Ukraine war. You got scared again, and then you went back into bullshit, man.
Motherfuckers tried to get kicked out of the military for that.
Yeah.
That one black woman, she was pissed off. She said, I'm a woman. I ain't trying to go to war. Well, why the hell did you sign up for the military then?
Right.
What the fuck you sign up to get clout for Snapchat photos and TikTok dances and a fucking Hellcat?
Get her backbone out by white men.
Yeah, you fucking idiots. And so that's gonna produce a bunch of men that's gonna get in the spirit of the Lord will not do good or evil, or the Lord is far off, because things are coming and they're going.
Yeah.
But we have the diligence to realize that Lord made things like this, man.
Right.
That's right. It's gonna seem like it's speeding up, then it's gonna like, oh shit. You know, like we wanted July 1st, the money thing to be going, man.
Right.
but the Lord just set it up that way.
But the system is in place.
Yeah.
The foundation is set. That fed now, that's gonna be game breaking.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Well, they already know how to plan. They already said it's gonna roll out. It wasn't gonna be an overnight thing, but the algorithms and everything, they got the databases in place. They just gradually rolling it in. But you can say by the end of this year, hopefully next year, we're gonna start seeing some change.
Right.
Okay, like in India, they just did that shit overnight because you fucking coolies over there, you're just docile, you stupid. Okay, you don't ain't gonna do nothing but shit and piss in the house. All right, but Americans, you got to tread a little bit more carefully with them because as stupid and docile as these idiots are here, one thing they will fuck you up over is their money and their bread and circus.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make these people rouse up.
Right.
So when a judgment comes quickly, unexpectedly, that's when these people gonna wake up and say, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna see them Europeans actually go out first. Cause you see how they acting in France over retirement ages and police shootings. You know, you're gonna start seeing them crackers bug out in Spain and Italy and all of them European countries, man.
Well, they didn't do that because some gangbanger got shot. They did that because the banks over there. The banks are holding on.
Yeah. They've been under pressure. Really, they've been pissed off since the whole Ukraine war started. Them people have been over it, man. Because their economy got shit on, man. You know, the energy prices are up 80%. All of the exports are dried up. Because Esau wants to foment war in Ukraine, man. And so them French crackers, man, they over it, man.
Yep.
You know, any little thing is gonna set them off. They're sensitive, and that's how it's gonna get in America, man. These people are already on edge.
Yeah.
You know, these little small trinkets get taken away from them. Watch how they wild out.
Wait, and that's funny. I was on the phone with a client this week, and I was talking to her, man. She was like, "Well, my husband needed information to X, Y, and Z." I said, "Well, how can you give it a call?" That's Spirit 7771444. And basically, what she said was, she said, "Oh, she didn't get the, you know what, the jump rope, but her husband did it." And I told her straightforward. I said, "I wouldn't recommend that." I said, honestly speaking, I would not recommend anybody to go down there and get that in there. And she said, "Yeah, I feel you," because she said literally, since people have been getting that, she's seen people changing. And this is a person, a woman in the world, had to be like in her late 40s, early 50s, man, saying the shit we was talking about. Yeah, she's saying that she actually literally become something else, meaning the mindset, bro. Like what we was talking about.
Right.
You said it. You said, man, people are really just bugging out over this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we told you, man, that potion, that was gonna just take over you, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you people are feeling fucking dumb. And the fucked up part about it is at work, they still promoting that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They still promoting that shit. Like I was at a meeting Thursday, and you had this one idiot on our team saying that, oh, well, since they rolled out the you-know-what, that saved millions of lives. I wanted to say in the back of my mind, are you fucking that dumb? Like, nigga, the Michelle Pfeiffer came out and said, CEOs of the company and head doctors even said that shit was fucking people up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It came out this week that they switched the formula up basically. You first idiots at the beginning of 2021 when it was brand new. Them by far, it went from like 1 in 1,000 injuries to like 1 in 20 when it first came out. That means like 5% basically that took it basically got fucked up off of it when the so-called death rate was under 1%. But you could see they switched the batches up because people starting to catch on to it.
Well,
why they have 4 different ones?
Yeah, right. And why the fuck would you take something, an emergency? They called it an emergency rollout or experimental thing. But wait a minute, how the hell are you developing heart problems from a respiratory clot? Like something that's respiratory. How the hell are you getting blood clots?
Right.
And you know, we gonna be careful on saying this, but still. But you know, it just didn't make any sense. Back in my mind, I'm scratching my head. I'm like, people that's dying from this, they're suffering from blockages and shit, but yet this is like a respiratory thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of accounts because I've heard of someone else has told me that their family members get blood clots in and out of the hospital all year long. And then on top of that, man, you know, the professor Captain, one of the creators of the bull crap, he came out and said it that people are lucky to have 2 years to live. He walked away from the company. He said people are lucky if they'll have 2 years to live after this shit. And we're approaching that 2-year mark. Because this shit rolled out, what, 2022?
Last year.
Okay, so last year. So, hey, we approaching 2024, we about to hit that 2-year mark. So we expected to see a lot of bodies, this time for real, bodies hitting the fucking street. I mean, we're going to have people walking, like we see these people walking down the street right now. They're just going to start fucking, you know, spazzing out and collapse.
Right.
And all you niggas that took it, you need to go. Go ahead.
This is Luke. This is Luke chapter 23. I'm going to start at verse 26. And as they led him away, they laid hold upon Simon, a Cyrenian, coming out of the country, and on him they laid the cross that he might bear it after Yahushua. And there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. But Yahushua, turning unto them, said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming, in the which they shall say, Blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills cover us. For if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done in the dry?
Wow, so when things are still intact and people are bugging out, how much you... I was just thinking, meditating on it when the power went out yesterday, man. I'm like, man, these people gonna fucking lose it, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fucking lose it.
That whole 2020 episode, that was a controlled simulation. So really, you can consider that a green tree, because it wasn't no real death like that as brother was going into. It wasn't a real emergency. But guess what? People flipped the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
Cities had their most violent years in 2020 and 2021.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Death rates, suicide rates, depression rates all went up. But guess what? It was a simulation. That wasn't a real dry tree. When the Mossad starts moving on America, that's when the dry tree coming, man.
Yeah. When they shut the power grid down, when they institute this new system, that's when they gonna do it. See, that's the whole point about it is, we're in the middle now of them setting that shit up. So what happens at that point, when they really shut and pull the plug on America, you may have blackout 3 or 4 months. All right, you ain't gonna have access to food, water, because when the first stage of the collapse hit, everybody's gonna go to the grocery stores. They're gonna go batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Lead to violence, chaos, to the point that martial law gonna have to be deployed in the streets. Esau gonna set up private militias. You're gonna have gangbangers that's gonna click up and do their thing. And Esau is gonna use that purge-like scenario to get people to accept the savior, which is the you know what. And those people that accept it will be allowed back into open society, similar to what happened last year, the year before last. Then from that point, it's going to be somewhat what they call voluntary. But when they start putting the blame on people that didn't take it as being terrorists, that's when the witch hunt is going to start for the prophets, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because whoever don't take it, they can't go into the NWO. They're going to be deemed for extermination, man. And that's when that power, Lord's will, is going to come.
Yeah, that's why in that precept it said, let's read it again. Luke 23, verse 28. But Yahushua turning unto them said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but for yourselves and for your children. For behold, the days are coming in which they shall say, Blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. Because a lot of you women out there, y'all unemployment princesses, y'all living off child support, Y'all done had babies with you got 5 different babies with 5 different men living off the baby fathers. So when the time of this tribulation comes down upon you, hey, it's gonna be real hard, man. That's why you gotta count the scriptures in the Kings where they was boiling children. They was killing children. The scriptures tell you that in Deuteronomy 28 that you are gonna eat your kids, man.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have ultimate starvation, man. People gotta really put shit in perspective. When they shut this shit down, and you can't go to your supermarkets or Walmarts, which you depend on to get your food, and that's closed, if there's nothing in there, what are these people gonna do?
Right.
Imagine not being able to go in there unless you say, hey, look, you gotta have this type of credit information inside you. If you don't have it, you're not getting in.
Yeah. Well, they expected the chaos because I saw a video on TikTok. Allegedly, they sold UN equipment and UN troops down in Texas. So I'm moving on freight trains. Remember, he said it. He said the UN troops, they can just dress up as American troops. And the guy could party. He said they're dressing like American soldiers, but they're UN. Yeah. They're here, bro. And another tweet came out and stated that most of the veterans or the experienced fighters are being shipped out of America. They're being sent over there to Ukraine because now fucking Ukraine just joined NATO, which is basically World War III now. So they're gonna need all these top fighters in America to go over there to the Middle East. So they're gonna start dropping motherfuckers, man. Yeah, and who's gonna police the citizens over here? The UN. Because they know no mercy. One thing, they're called the peacekeepers. Yeah. You outside during the time of martial law, they just gonna blow your head off, man.
Right. Well, it makes sense why, like Obama, during his era, he did a lot to militarize these police, man.
Yeah.
Like you takes in these neighborhoods, before Obama, they didn't have MRAPs and automatic weapons in your local police department, but now they do.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of these police departments, like the way they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be people from your neighborhood policing you, that you know, that can solve problems and de-escalate. But what Esau's done over a period of time is basically install a garrison, a military garrison. And these crackers are wound up. So what you really have is the police force is a bunch of racist military goons, man.
Yeah, and you know who they tested all that equipment on? You niggas. Y'all niggas wanted to pop off on that Michael Brown shit.
Y'all
wanted to pop off on that George Floyd shit. Yeah, they done brought out some shit you ain't never seen before.
Yeah. They fell right for the fucking open door, man. Because like what the brother is going into as well, like the military or the police department being really an extension of the military. Police departments are actually legal. You're not supposed to have a military with, I think like 200 something miles outside of an active city. So if you was gonna have a military, they supposed to be way on the fucking outskirts, man, including the police department. You have citizens, which would be like your neighborhood watch, and then you have a sheriff, man, that oversees that come and do what they supposed to do. You're not supposed to have motherfuckers in cruisers and lights and coming to police. That's illegal as hell, man.
Right, stop and frisk. Esau had to set up to where like the Second Amendment that everybody carried. So the person that's policing you, he would have his own piece. He would just be a volunteer of public safety. But now when you take a bunch of men and you give them a bunch of military, that's a military.
It's a military, yeah.
You assign certain pistols, you assign certain firearms, you outfit them, that's a military. It's not a bunch of men coming together to police their own neighborhood.
And you concentrate them in certain neighborhoods.
Right.
The same amount of KC police officers, it's not the same in the east side where Jake is at, and let's say up north where we live at.
I mean, it's cops up there, but like they just trying to catch a nigga speed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Go fucking down there on 39th in Indiana, man. Down in that. Matter of fact, no, go like on 32nd and Wayne or about a VA center. Van Brunt, troops. It's cops around that goddamn place all the time, man. You know?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded? Or did any abide in fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right, who have the Lord ever despised that called upon his holy name, man? Nobody, okay? And that's the spirit we got to be in. We got to know that Yahweh is going to deliver us through these times. Because it's going to get real dark, brothers, man. Like I was, stressing to these brothers, man, really stepping out on serious faith, because we're not gonna have the leisure to come out here at our will to do this work really soon. So these videos, these lessons, get it while y'all can get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they already got a whole thing on the internet. They're censoring shit. The bills from fucking the WEF, they've been passed down to censor certain things, so they getting ready to start chopping videos, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got Keisha's like this. They ain't calling upon the name of the Lord when shit get real.
Right.
That's the spirit. The Lord put a lot of black women around us. Man.
Yeah,
These the main ones that's gonna run down to Egypt for help.
Yep.
That's right,
Them
man.
bitches really
You can't trust in, a police officer to save you in that day. If you don't have divine intervention, you're just not gonna make it, period. There's no amount of prepping that you can possibly do to get yourself ready for this day that's coming up.
Yeah.
Now, brothers, we train, we stay warriors of the spirit, ready for anything. But at the end of the day, we're relying on Yahweh Shem Yahshua and that name to protect us in the day to come.
That's right.
He's gonna do random miracles, man. Random quote unquote coincidental situations to get us to where we're fed, or we just sit up in one place and the place that we was at got shot up, and we just won't be there. That's how it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that type of protection, your ass is gonna be caught up because it's gonna be death in every single corner, man.
Yeah. So this is the book of Jeremiah 7:1. It says, "And the word came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Stand in the gate of the Lord's house, and proclaim there this word, and say, Hear the word of Yahweh, all ye of Judah, and all that enter at these gates to worship the Lord," man. We're in the gates of Judah now. Really, we're in the city, but we're speaking to our people, okay? We're talking to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. We may seem crazy, we may appear to be off, but shit, the prophets, they was considered crazy, man. We had plenty of people come, who y'all talking to? What's y'all message? What are y'all gonna do about it? Well, we ain't gonna do shit. The Lord gonna do it, man. We're just the voices of the Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You know what I'm saying? Telling you that if you don't repent, you're gonna be destroyed. Just that simple, all right?
That's right. It says, "And whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction."
Right, man, and we're coming into the time of heavy affliction and heavy persecution among our people, man. See, Jake, they didn't see it back then. When the Lord warned them, when you go to the book of, I think it's Luke 19, if I'm not mistaken, when it says that they shall lay thee to the ground that are their children and entrench you or encircle you around, the Lord said, look, don't weep for me, but, hey, weep for yourselves, man, because only if you knew the things that belong to your peace, that's why the Lord got us out here warning you, man. And the crazy part about it is, it's a stern warning. It's stern, man, but y'all look at it like this is just a child's play act. It's mediocre, it's minuscule, and y'all don't take it seriously. Yeah. It just basically, we're just a bunch of men that's wasting our time. We look funny, we got on colorful garments, and what are you niggas talking about today? You know what I'm saying? But then when you go on TikTok, you got every nigga on there trying to be a prophet, talking about the MOTB, the end of the world, World War III, but they missing a big part as to getting in this truth, man. All right?
Right. It says, verse 12, Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience.
Break that first part down.
It says, Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. All right, so if you basically getting weak in the spirit, man, and you just saying, oh, I'm gonna give up, and you lose faith, all right, you start saying shit like, oh, there is no God. You start talking that atheist talk. You come to some type of excuse to just give up and go back to the world. Hey, you lose that. The scripture just said that you're not going to be defended.
Well, a faint-hearted nigga could be somebody that's saying that the mark of the beast is not conceded.
Right.
That's a faint-hearted individual, because you got IUIC, not Memphis, but it's one of them other state camps that they basically still saying that it ain't the Michael C. hip. When the WEF, they just came out and said that in order for you to participate in society, you're gonna have to get the CBDC implanted under your skin.
Right.
What part of that don't you understand, man? And it clearly lines up with the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, 16th verse. That's why, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, when he bring judgment on you Israelite camps, it's gonna be beautiful, man.
Right.
Hey, the Most High, he's gonna break up the IUIC. The Most High is gonna break up Sakari. The The Most High is gonna break up fucking GOCC.
One body.
The Most High is gonna break up Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
The Most High is gonna break up what's that other group? ISUPK. And the Most High is gonna really break up all the camps, man.
Yeah.
But the man of the great millstone, though the camps are gonna be dismantled, we're gonna still have that faith, man.
Right.
You know?
Appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Can you read yours one more time for the
Okay.
door?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 13 again. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when Yahweh shall visit you?
And it's a matter of faith, man. That's why we call ourselves faith-based Israelites. A lot of you guys, you trust in carnality. So this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. It said, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. See, because just as brother was saying, we're going to be protected. You know, hey, certain camps you can't talk about angels with. You can't talk about chariots with. You can't talk about spiritual powers with. Because it takes a high level of faith to put your trust in these things, man.
Yeah, and you know that makes sense though. Hey, run that precept back. Read that.
Yeah, this is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
That's why you got niggas that want to rap in the truth, man. Yeah. They say, oh, y'all make serving the Lord seem boring. Well, the scriptures goes into the splits of the Yahweh Shai, man. You guys make it hard because now you got to bring all these gimmicks, meaning that now you got to set the bar. Now everybody that come to you, they have a standard now, man.
Yeah, right. You always got to one-up yourself.
Yeah.
Listen, man, if you need an incentive to serve the Lord, then fuck you, man.
That's right.
Like, if you don't fear the Lord enough, then fuck you, man. What you need to be entertained for, man?
Right.
This is not, we're not motivated by entertainment out here. You niggas talking about your board.
Yeah.
How about you fear the Lord so you don't get fucked up out here, man?
Right. You ready to get fucked up or you ready to be having fun? Which one?
Right. And you know what? This is fun, man.
Yeah,
Serving the Lord the right way and doing the work and you in the right spirit.
Fun.
This is fun. You have no idea what type of miracles the Lord bless brothers to see.
Yep.
Way funner than anything y'all fucking niggas is doing.
Yeah.
All you niggas has got is rapping and chicken.
Right.
We see miracles in the sky. Fuck what you talking about.
Which one of the clowns ever said they saw a chariot, man?
None of them.
Hey, when we did that post up down in at the lookout point that one night, how many chariots we seen?
Oh, we lost count.
10 plus.
Yeah.
We lost
Had to
count.
be about 50 chariots, man.
All right.
And this another one.
Yeah, you good.
This is coming for all you jakes in the world, you know, in the truth and not in the truth. This was coming to you if you don't have faith, man. This is Jeremiah 15. Jeremiah 15 and 1. This said the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards this people. Why? Because they don't have faith. It say, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And this shall come to pass if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
So, hey, you have a certain amount of jakes and people that's allotted to certain adjustments, man. You're going to have just enough of the people in the FEMA camps. You're going to have a certain amount of people that's going to get jacked up by the troops. Then you're going to have people that's just going to be fucking for the fowls of the heaven. And you're going to have people that's going to get devoured by these wild beasts, man. Okay, they're talking about fucking, you got 800 so-called Missouri black bears that literally harbors the state of Missouri, man.
Yeah.
And they don't for coming in people. If you stay out in the Ozarks somewhere out in those country hick towns out here, them bears, man, they knocking on your door.
Yeah, so we gonna repeat what the brother said, man. Either you serve the Lord or you want to get fucked up.
Yeah, that's right, man. The Lord said he's gonna bring our worst fears upon you, man. Some of you people that took that early batch, all right, you might mutate into something in your own damn home, man. You might turn into a fucking skinwalker.
Shit, even if the new batch, just because they have just slight less potency, is still go fuck your ass up.
Yeah,
Turn into a werewolf. Like,
because you're fucking rebellious, man. You not only did you take it, but you convinced a bunch of other people to take it. And then you shamed other people for not taking it, man. That's that pride, man. The Lord's got a sense of humor. He's got a way of judging proud ass niggas, man. You know? You took that shit, man. The Lord got horrors out here for you people, man.
that's right. You gotta understand, we in a faithless society.
Yeah.
So that requires us to have the most faith out of the people that have the least, man.
Yeah, come.
You go in here and talk to a woman in the world on the last days and say, you know what, I'm waiting for the angels to come get me out of here. Shit, they don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Block your ass,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
You gonna block you, man. Like, what? Angels.
Yeah.
Man, that bitch looking for a nigga to take care of her kids, man.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the spirit of Lot's wife, man.
Right.
You know? The angels were telling Lot, hey, you know what, we got a place for you, let's go here.
Bounce.
Right.
In her mind, she like, leave Sodom? What?
Right.
This where it's cracking. This where it's jumping. This is where all my comfort is.
Yeah, come.
You got to step out and be uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, get that, man. You know, an example to those that live ungodly. And I got a preset.
And we're gonna send them beasts too. Speaking of, my brother said it coming out. The beasts gonna be changing their places because I seen a video clip, man. These two big ass killer whales, man, jumped out the fucking water and was chasing these Edomites on this boat, man. That shit was bigger than the fucking boat. That was some horrific shit.
They got a movie like that called, I think, Meg 2 or some shit. Yeah. But they show you, but they hinting at the fact that the Leviathan is coming up, man. You know what I'm saying? They show you that the Leviathan is going to get released. Like, you got all these stupid, weird ass Israelites, you and Anaki ass niggas, man. You don't know if you want to be fucking a Hebrew Israelite or a black conscious nigga. They talking about mermaids and shit coming out of the sea. Look, man. Look, Leviathan is coming out here, man. Okay.
But the thing is, it's like all that bugged out shit y'all niggas believe in. Remember what the Lord did to the Egyptians, man. He put them in a genjutsu, man, like in Naruto.
Yeah.
All them creatures y'all thinking about, the Lord can just manifest that in your living room, man. You know, because the Lord hates you people. That's what y'all gotta understand. That's why we out here. We understand how much hatred is built up for this place, man. We trying to get the fuck out of the way, man.
Shit, we don't like you people, man.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't hard times. Lord hates you. Like, go out there and just tell them niggas they gonna die. That's easy.
Yeah, say less.
That's all we. Okay, so
Right.
You gonna die. You.
Right. See, that's all it takes for a man of the Lord, man. Not entertainment.
Yep.
All we gotta hear is go condemn a wicked society. Say less.
Say less.
We out here. We don't need fucking rap videos, man.
Jeremiah 1. Jeremiah 1 said, before you formed me.
Yeah, God.
You got it.
Got some. I got the one you talking about. Let me read this out real quick. This because it's going back to what the brother was reading about you guys, and y'all got it. This is the book about Isaiah 56, and I'm gonna start at verses 10. It says here, his watchmen are blind, and they are all ignorant. They're all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Once I call you a bunch of dumb dogs, man.
Yeah.
Okay, because a dumb person is not a person that's mentally incompetent, as you idiots have been taught. But a dumb person is somebody that can't speak.
Right.
Okay, like if you have a dog, what's the purpose of having a dog if the fucking dude don't bark or something, man?
Yeah.
You got a mute dog, then you need to take him to get put down because he's not acting right.
Might as well have a cat.
Yeah.
Right. And it's even more so for a watchman, man.
Yeah.
If you're blind and a watchman, what is your point?
And it says they're all dumb dogs, they cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. You niggas love being in the dark. You like sleeping. Okay, you like telling the Jake that they hear smooth things, man.
Right.
I'll stay away from them GMS guys. Them guys ain't right. They preach doom and gloom. But the scriptures tell us to go out here and preach doom and gloom, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay? All niggas know they Israelites now. Shit, I mean, the point, the elect sealed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all still trying to rule in niggas that don't even care about the truth, man.
Right.
You know? And it says, and they're all greedy dogs, which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand because you sold out for filthy lucre. You can never have enough. That's why you fill your bellies with your gimmicks and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And it reads here, and it says, and they cannot understand because the Most High have a blind spirit on them.
Yeah.
It's easy as understanding the conception of this prophecy right here. According to Revelation 13 and 16. A baby should be able to break this down and understand it. But you guys, you're not understanding it because to take this, you say this is not it because you know you have to take it in order to continue to get your bag, man.
Right.
Because satisfying their own bellies feels better to them than warning the people. But actually, planting that seed, actually, tapping into somebody else's mind so they can see the same thing.
Yeah.
They'd rather you keep you on the low level and you rely on them. What the scriptures say, or not the scriptures, but it's a saying in the world, teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
Right.
Teach a man the prophecy, teach a man the breakdowns, he good for life.
Right, man. And it really goes to the precept you mentioned earlier. When you're faint-hearted, man, you start going two different ways, man. You start becoming indecisive. That's why you see these camps are divided now.
Well, you start to make excuses, man, as to why you look for every excuse to get away from the truth, man. But we thought that you Jakes would be excited for the times we coming into, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially as much as you niggas like to party and bullshit, you would think that you looking forward to a kingdom of partying.
Right.
And because honestly speaking, bro, in the kingdom, we gonna party and we gonna bullshit in righteousness, man.
Right.
It's not gonna be bullshit, but we gonna have a good goddamn time for an eternity.
Yeah.
We gonna be chilling. There ain't gonna be none of this, man.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no getting up 9 to 5, alarm clock, you throw the phone. You know what I'm saying? You come home, your woman looking at. Ain't gonna be none of that in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Right.
Ain't you niggas tired of that shit? All you so-called mighty men, you high priests out there, you bishops and you motherfucking commanding generals. Ain't you tired of your woman being out of order?
Yeah.
And don't tell me that your woman is in order, man. Your woman ain't in fucking order, man. None of these women are in fucking order, man.
You got a rebellious generation like this every damn time, man. You were told the same thing in Egypt, man. See, I delivered you out of here. Are y'all ready for the promised land? Were they ready? Hell no, they weren't ready, man.
Not ready.
Jake would rather drive a fucking used Hellcat than get in a chariot that never break down.
Yeah, because having the kingdom comes with kingdom-minded mindset.
Right. And I was just gonna say it's the same shit over and again, you know. Jake was told, listen, I just delivered you. All right, I'm with you. Here's the promised land. Y'all ready? And then we're doing the same thing now. And Jake is like, nah. We're gonna chill here in Egypt, man.
Right.
That's why the Lord will hit you with that 4-piece. We brought out earlier, man.
Right.
The sword, the famine. What was the other two? The captivity, and wild beasts, man. All of them, man.
This 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there are false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. So you see, we right now we focusing on you quote unquote teachers and leaders in Israel, but in doing that we also warning you Israelites, not only the ones that's in the truth, but the ones that's in the world already, man. Let's just be honest, man. We are the real men of the Lord. We the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up in this city of Kansas City, or whatever other city brothers may be in, man. We got the true word. We giving out the true warnings. If you don't think that we got it, we gonna issue a challenge. Take the Revelation 13:16.
Yeah.
If you don't think that we are the real men of the Lord and we bullshit, when that see him come out, take that shit, man.
Yeah.
It says, 2 Peter 2 verse 2, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you.
Yeah, and that's basically those IUIC guys, man. They really are afraid and covetous that we've been sticking to the whole script the whole time. They see it coming to pass, but they in their mind they gotta double down, man, and be proud.
But because they gotta appease that nigga Nate.
Yeah.
That witch Nate.
Because when it says damnable heresy, what's one of the major damnable heresies being spoken about in Israel today, man?
Yeah.
It's that Revelation 13.
Ain't no micro C here.
And look how they turned against other brothers against it. We got called bums and all kind of niggas and all kind of shit for warning the people, man. Conspiracy theorists.
But so what, man? I mean, where in the scripture that say conspiracies are wicked, motherfucker?
But the thing is like now, look how Esau got confounded. Every major so-called conspiracy theory is now being brought back up legitimately by Esau, man. By Esau.
Right.
Now the JFK assassination is being brought up by Esau.
9/11
in courts,
shit.
in hearings. We want freedom of information. Now 9/11 is being brought up to Esau's face. You know, all of these different things are being brought up by your own people because everybody knows that you demonized the work conspiracy theories because your ass was conspiring the whole damn time, man.
It's on that conspiracy.
Well, the scriptures say, man, that they tongue should fall upon themselves, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he should be cast into a net by his own feet.
Right.
So you got other Edomites that's exposing his ass, man.
His credibility is shot. And when a man's credibility is shot, what does he do? He tries to nerf the competition, man. That's how we know he's gonna cut off YouTube and internet.
Right.
When he see his own people coming against him, there's nothing else he can do.
Right.
Nobody believes you anymore. Only thing you can do is cut off the source.
Yeah, YouTube 2023 is not YouTube 2008, man.
Right,
2009.
right. Hell no.
Man, you used to get some shit on there.
Yeah.
Which turned out to be true. Now it's all BS. But it say 2 Peter 2 verse 2 again. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. It's going into us in these bodies, man. Yeah. And part of the affliction of being in these chains of darkness is dealing with ignorant niggas of our own nation, man. Yeah, it comes with the physical ailments. It comes with the demons in your mind. It comes with the slavery from the so-called white man. But it also come with the bullshit we gotta put up with you Negroes, man.
Right. That's right, man.
Said, for the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness. Yeah, hey, dealing with niggas, that's a chain of darkness, man. You feel bad for Moses sometimes when you read them first 5 books.
Yeah.
Jake was on so much bullshit, bro.
Right after the miracles, bro. During the miracles, bro.
Just imagine, just imagine dealing with them old block niggas.
Yeah, man, bro. Now you see why the Lord.
Y'all brothers want to take a trip to the O?
Fuck no.
Bro, y'all read the breaks on there?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You actually walked in there?
I ain't walk in there, bro. You took me around there.
Yeah. That shit is, man, that shit is wicked, bro.
Yes. It say, for the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them in the chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the whole world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. So the old world is going into the world before the flood, man. A world that was so bad that pissed the Most High off so much that he had to just kill millions of motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Including the animals.
Yeah.
Cause I did a lesson this week going to sexual immorality. When you do off shit like that, that also defiles the land, man.
Yeah.
So even the land got to get cleansed from the sugar boy or, off activities.
Right.
When you have sex with a dog, you gotta put the dog to death because you put demons on it, man.
Right.
So like all them porns and shit that got women, Edomite women, having sex with cats and mules and horses and dogs, Edomites fucking pigs from the behind. You gotta put the animal to death, man.
Yeah.
So half the animals that you see these little Edomite cunts walking around with, they have, man, look, if a bitch only got a dog and no kids, she's in a relationship. She probably married that dog, man.
Right.
You're my man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get married. Put a tuxedo on that nigga with a bow tie. You know what I'm saying? Strap a dildo to him, and he be riding that little pink ass out, man.
Right.
Yeah, this is a wicked ass group of, man. This is a wicked kingdom, man.
Right.
This is by far the most evilest kingdom that the Lord has ever set up, man.
Right.
That's why that's why the Lord is letting the wickedness all over, because he needs to be justified on destroying this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because these little Edomites out here, they look innocent, they act all civilized, but hey, after 5 o'clock p.m. and you go into Edomite domain, they a whole different breed of devil, man.
Come out at night.
Straight freaks, man.
Look at this guy. Look at this clown. Look at this nigga right. Look at him.
Sweet,
Yeah,
man.
Sweet.
But y'all be wondering why all these brand new crazy ass pestilences be coming out, man.
Yeah.
That comes from popping animals, man.
Yeah.
There's certain bacterials and diseases that develop even when a man goes into another man. That causes all kind of crazy pestilences to pop up, man. We start going into animals. Where do you think swine flu and all this shit come from, man? Esau's around here popping animals, and spreading shit, bringing it through the regular population. And you got unnatural shit floating around here, man.
Well, they said that shit, just as every American got cancer in them, they said animals are dying of cancer, man.
Yeah.
Just when do a fucking cat catches cancer, man?
Right.
A dog with cancer? That's unheard of, man.
Yeah.
That's why, man, Lord, man, please end this shit, bro.
Yeah,
Please.
Claim that the foul bread is heavy. You know, a lot of these wicked ass foods that America's been eating, man. I seen another post that came out. They did a study on Amish communities, but they ain't got the truth. They did a study and they found 0 cases of cancer and all that shit. Why? Because they live completely isolated, man. Isolated. You know, they make their own clothing, they make their own food. You know, they get their own spring water, all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, if they ain't got a corporation shipping their food in, man. When you go to a place like fucking Hy-Vee, Price Chopper, or Walmart, the food you get in is infested with chemicals, man. Corporate shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now the foods have cancer-causing agents. They found out that the coating on apples is basically like feces, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
You gotta
bro.
breathe in the chemicals.
Yeah, we're dying, man. Yeah.
And Esau does that so he can have 40% more apples last longer, so they don't go riding, because he's selling them in bulk. So he's gonna spread some poison on it so he can make more money.
Well, they did it. They did a study. They compared Heinz ketchup, Canada version and American version.
Yeah.
Canada version got the fucking like the maple leaf on the front. What's in there was sugar, spices, tomato paste, garlic, I think salt and pepper. You go to American version, okay, you got yellow number 5, high fructose corn syrup, spices, a lot of salt. Like, why bro, why do you need that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you wonder why people in Canada are more healthier, man.
Right. But the people in America are richer. You notice that?
And you can preserve it just as well. Just add a little bit of vinegar. There ain't nothing wrong with vinegar. Vinegar is actually good for your stomach.
Well, see, but the thing of it is, you have enough food to last you for the day. You don't need to preserve it, man. You know what I'm saying? You eat what you eat, and that be enough for your meals, man.
Right.
This is 2 Peter 2 verse 4 again. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them in the chains of darkness and reserved under judgment, and spared not the whole world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Noah was the elect at that time. Noah was the one Yahweh Bashim had chosen to make it out of that world and to continue into the new one. This is why, can you find that precept where it says the world to come is for few?
Second address, maybe
'Cause that's our life goals, man. You know, Jake, IG, life goals, relationship goals. Well, our life goal is to make it out of this world and start the next one. To overcome you wicked ass motherfuckers and bring back our nation through Papa. You got it.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
See, this world right now is for many. You could be a sugar boy and excel. You could be a team switcher and excel. Drug dealer, OnlyFans stock. See what I'm saying? You could be a celebrity, then fuck around and be a politician and excel. This is the world right now. That's for many. It's plenty of avenue. You could be an independent woman and excel. But read that again.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And basically he's saying, you heathen, all of y'all had y'all chance to rule, man. How many thousands of years did we have to suffer through all of these different captivities, man? All of these Edomites, the billions of people just made money off of us, man. Exploited us, shit on us, you know? But the Lord is saying this world is over with, man.
Right.
And this world to come is the Israelite kingdom. Who are the few in this analogy here?
It's the elect.
It's the elect, man. And ultimately, the Israelites are going to come back, man.
That's right.
Get the book of Deuteronomy 32 and start at verses 22. What you got on? Somebody give me the book of Psalms 144, 5 and 6.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 22, it says, "For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell."
It ain't talking about fucking hell that you go and be tormented in, man. Okay, that's symbolic. That's a metaphor for the destruction, man. The lowest hell. That's this place. This is hell, and it's the lowest fucking nation on the planet Earth, man. All right, go ahead.
"And shall consume the earth with her increase,
Yep.
and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I
you
will
an
spin
Israelite,
mine
bro?
arrows upon them."
GMS, Kansas City. Yes, sir. You know you're an Israelite? Do you know? Yeah. You didn't know? Yep, you're a Hebrew Israelite according to the Bible, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're the true children of God. No, but we got YouTube channel. You can look up Great Millstone on YouTube, and you'll find all our camps out there. Yep. GMS, Kansas City.
All right, Jay, you better be serious. You've been told.
We just sowed the seed, man. Or it's going to either get an increase or not.
Well, to the Lord, man. This is verse 32. Salakia. Deuteronomy 32, verse 23. "I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin mine arrows upon them."
Man, this is the missiles, man. Okay, and right now, NATO is joining, Ukraine has allegedly joined NATO. So basically, right now, if Russia comes against them, that's an act of declaration of war, man. So, hey, that's another step into the puzzle piece of prophecy.
Yeah.
Because, hey, like we always say, the Lord, He ain't gonna draw this thing out, man. You ain't gonna have to wait 30 years after the MOTP is established for the nations to have tension. No, the tension is being built now. So once the economic collapse come and an institution of this globalized new currency be manifested and forced upon the nation, the tension will already be there to go to war. So it's gonna be quick, man.
Yeah.
One play after the next, man.
Yeah. Notice you said He's gonna heap mischiefs on you first, man.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts when it says they looked up and gnawed their tongue for pain. These people are not just gonna be in good cases and hit the missiles. The Lord gonna hit them with something first, then the missiles gonna hit them, man.
Yeah.
It says, "I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin mine arrows upon them. They shall be burnt with hunger and devoured with burning heat and with bitter destruction."
Bitter destruction, man. Okay? Because the scriptures say that the torment of your torment and the smoke of your torment should ascend up to the Most High. And you should be tortured in the sight of the Lamb and in the sight of the holy angels, man. Okay? And that's that thermonuclear destruction that the Bible talks about, man. Okay, they show you that in Terminator 2. They show you that in The Knowing. They show you that in the first movie called The Day After Tomorrow. Several other movies display the nuclear destruction coming right here to Babylon the Great. And Esau tells on itself all the time, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that movie Oppenheimer, I'm hyped for that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, on an IMAX screen, I thought about it on Dolby though, because you know the sound is gonna be crazy, but IMAX is gonna be just as good, bro.
Yeah. The laser one.
Yeah.
Not the regular, the laser IMAX double. Yeah.
And hey, that movie's gonna be intense as hell, man.
Yeah.
Because when Esau detonated, Esau wasn't even sure what it was going to do. He said, look, we're going to take a chance on it. This is what we're going to do. We're going to send a message to them German motherfuckers.
That proved that he's the devil.
Yeah, he's
and
the
that
devil.
proved that the Lord gave it to him. Because he got something he knew he couldn't control.
Yeah.
That's how he
And he dropped it on his own fucking people,
He
man.
dropped on his own people. He said this might ignite the whole atmosphere. There's a chance it might burn up all the oxygen in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And this nigga said, fuck it. I'm the devil after all.
Fuck it.
Yeah. That's a nigga that's gotta go, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, you just gotta wipe this nigga out,
You gotta
man.
get rid of him.
Pay back your crimes for humanity over 1,000 years and get rid of this motherfucker.
Tupac say I am Christian. But you know what else? I can give a fuck.
Yeah, but that nigga Bishop and Juice.
Yeah.
I can give a fuck.
Yeah. And it says, "I will also send the teeth of beasts upon them, with the poison of serpents of the dust, the sword without and terror within."
Sword without and terror within, man. Okay? Because as those missiles are flying into the atmosphere, you gonna have people panicking. People are already gonna be in a fucked up mindset because of the chaos. But see, the Lord is going to get them off guard, because those that take the MOTB, you're going to have like some type of society that's going to be reestablished, man. That's why the apostles always say, well, no, it's going to be life as normal before all hell breaks loose. Yeah. The chaos going to come and all hell going to break loose, but they're going to use the micro-CF to get things back in order. Right. You're going to have rebels outside of that that's going to still continue to fight the deep state. Yeah. And then people going to work as natural and living their lives, walking in their little condos, and before you know it, the atmosphere going to go dark, and you're going to look up and you're going to see them shits flying over here, and you're going to literally give up the spirit.
You know? Remember, part of it is going to be a delusion that the Lord has on them too. Yeah. You don't have shit going on, but in their mind, they're going to be thinking everything's good. The Lord's going to block, because certain people can't see certain people going down now, man. They're just in their own little world, man. You know, like the people were in the days of Noah. Right. You know, they saw all the violence going on around them while the Lord was getting angry, but they still couldn't piece it together that the world was going to end. Because the Lord, he didn't want them to make it, man.
Well, they had the warning, because in that Luke it say Noah was a preacher of righteousness, which means that he was prophesying. Right. He was telling people to get right.
Hold that real quick and get Isaiah 6, start at verse 8. And read that.
Niggas was too busy bullshit.
Right. Right. This is Isaiah. Chapter 6, verse 1.
Start at 8.
This is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert, and be healed. It says, then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the city be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate.
Basically, your ass gonna wake up when it's too late.
Yeah, come. Yep.
It's too late. They say it's too late to apologize.
Yeah, come.
Yeah, because Jake, they see us on the corners, and they see men that's just bored on Saturday. Jake see us on these videos, they just think we just men angry at the black woman, angry at the white man, but not understanding that this is the work of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, prophesying before the greatest destruction ever known to man occurs.
Yeah. On top of being angry at the black woman and the white man. We angry at you.
That ain't the
right. We don't even have the anger of the Lord fully manifesting us yet, man.
Right.
Wait till that day comes where the Lord put this full anger in us, man. Yeah. Those days it ain't even gonna be no talking, man. You know?
Scripture you got more of this right now.
Nah, that's good on Isaiah. Go back to that.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 25. It says, the sword without and terror within shall destroy both young man and the virgin.
Yep, young man and the virgin. So the Lord don't discriminate, man. These little young Jakes, these young Edomites on both sides don't discriminate, man. And that word virgin goes into being a young woman, man. Okay, because we know that there's hardly any virgins on this side, but even the virgins on this side, they still got a whole mindset. So the Lord's gonna wipe their ass out too, because when the missiles hit, they gonna hit everybody that the Most High commissioned. The only people that's gonna make it out of this side alive is the elect, okay? The 144 and the 130. That's it. All right.
It says the suckling also with the man of gray hairs.
Man, so the young child and the old man, the newborn babies, because hey, Keisha, she birthed a bunch of degenerates anyway, man. Yeah. Look at O Block. Yeah, niggas, that's the creation of the fucking black woman, man. If I ever known. Yeah. So you mean to tell me that the Lord is unrighteous for getting them niggas when they get out the womb? No. Right. Because they just gonna grow up to be wicked anyway.
Right.
No.
It says, I said I would scatter them into corners, I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy, lest their adversaries should behave themselves strangely.
All right, that's good.
That's pretty good. That's a good precept, man. You forget about that.
Yeah.
That basically backs up what the Lord was saying in Ezekiel 9, man.
Yeah.
He speaks about slaying the old and the young. He speaks about there coming a time period where he's tired of this shit, and he's just gonna start killing people, man.
Yeah.
Regardless of what your age, or your gender, and all of this shit, people try to think that's gonna be a means to appease to the Lord. It's not, man.
Yeah, the Lord ain't with that Marty Ma love the kid shit, man.
Right.
Marty Ma love the kid. Nah, Lord don't give a shit about these little niggas over
Love
here.
the kids.
Lord don't give a damn about,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying, your little prized possession and joy. The Lord don't give a shit about
Right.
that. Hey, when the flood came, the Lord killed newborn babies. You think that people weren't having babies then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did the Lord love kids when he sick 2 she-bears to tear up 42 little niggas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas,
I don't think so.
Yeah. And that's the truth, and that's a lot of the bitter part. When people try to eat the whole roll. It's part of that bitter part they don't understand. The Lord brought you in this way he could take you out. Like how Bill Cosby said to Theo on the Huxtables. See, I brought you in this where I can take you out, man.
Yeah.
The Lord don't give a damn if you're a kid. He brought the kid into this world. It's his right to take him out. You know
How he wants to.
how he wants to, man.
If you want a little nigga get ran over by a city bus, that's just what's gonna happen.
That's it. You know. That's why the scriptures say, work out your own salvation, man.
Yeah.
You know, you worried about you doing the right thing and not getting fucked up.
It's the book of 2 Peter 3 verse 7 says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
So hey, you peep this scene here. Like, if we turn the camera around and we zoom in, I mean, you can see the people kind of sort of down the street. These are ungodly people, man. They may seem like they're living innocent, but these people, they not worried about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? They just worried about their Saturdays, on who they can rip off, on who they can fuck over, who they can commit adultery on. These people ain't worried about the Lord, man. Okay? That's the ungodly right there. And that's just on an average day. Just like when they had that vote of freakism last month called the I got pride in myself bullshit they had last month. All the fucking freaks came out, man. And you had a lot of silly ass black and Latino women at the goddamn parades, man. And then you get, hey, it was a video that came out that this one Jake chick, she basically was saying, before you get married, she was commending women to go out there and play a hoe. Now it was one young lady that opposes that, so they called into our show. She stated she slept with 13 guys in the last 3 years, which I believe that's a lie. She probably slept with 13 guys in a week. But now she claimed she got the AIDS, man, for listening to bitches like that and having sex with homos.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you got to be careful with these women too, man, because if a woman hang out with gay friends, remember, gay men is still men.
Right.
They pop them damn women, man.
Right.
And then, her husband or her boyfriend end up catching a package, and the woman are blaming on the nigga that she with, instead of admitting that she had sex with the mo, man. So this place is all fucked up, man. You know? Look at this place.
This is
Verse 8 it says, this is 2 Peter 3 verse 7, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
kept in store. That means that the Most High set a hedge of protection over America, man. The Most High set up situations where Great Britain, they couldn't defeat the colonists going back to the inception. You know what I'm saying? The Most High set it up to where French made the deal for the Louisiana Purchase for them to get all this land. So on the left-hand side, the Most High was dealing with them because he wanted this place to be, what they say, from sea to shining sea, man. He wanted this place to get built up as it is today. Because think about it, man, back in the day, the 13 colonies, they really shouldn't have won that shit.
Right.
But it was through the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that they overcame.
Yeah.
It was only to have this place to be the slaughterhouse for the wicked,
Yeah.
the place of judgment. This is basically the Lord's killing location, man.
Yep. It's a death camp.
It's the death camp. So he had to make sure that death camp was made perfect.
Yep.
You you know, until now, to allow all these people to be destroyed.
Right.
You know, this is the place that has is a mixture of Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, all the wicked kingdoms within the scriptures. This is all of them all in one.
Yep. And how we were saying, the Most High preserved the same people. He preserved the Edomites so that they will be able to even have this place in the earth today, man. There's a situation where the Edomites were almost done away with. Most High, he didn't go down like that.
Yeah. Appreciate
It says, verse 8 says, "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with Yahweh as 1,000 years, and as 1,000 years as one day." Okay, so for us, you know, 1,000 years have passed, but it's only been one day in the eyes of Yahweh. So when you really do the math, his only begotten son was just tortured just a couple days ago. So when he comes back, that wrath is going to be huge, man. You know, we've been committing all this iniquity for all these thousands of years, but in the time frame of Yahweh's eyes, it's only been a couple minutes. It's still very fresh, and he gets extremely pissed off of one iniquity. Imagine all the iniquities that have been done that's still fresh, brand new in Yahweh's face. We just did this shit minutes ago in his eyes. So when he comes back, imagine the anger, man. Imagine the anger that he's going to have when he executes judgment on this earth. Verse 9, it says, "Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance."
The ultimate promise that the Most High made is that he's going to gather his people back. You know what I'm saying? You can say, though I scared you, the same hand that scattered us is the same hand that's going to bring us back, man. Not only bring us back, but also place us into the land. See, that's what's most important, because there is no home base for Israelites. Mexico is not the home base for you Issacharites, man. Puerto Rico, that ain't the home base for you Ephraimites, man. Because you know they like to come to America, get their little shekels, and then they say, "I'm going back home." Well, nigga, your home is being oppressed just as much as here, dude.
Right. You gonna know what the home of the chosen people look like, man. It ain't gonna be no mistaking of where it is or what it is, you know. In the kingdom of heaven, Jerusalem is gonna be seen from all over the world, man. You know? Not that shit they got over there right now. Those people didn't get delivered like the scriptures say. The chosen people are gonna get delivered, man. With a mighty arm and a stretched out hand, man.
That's right. Verse 10, it says, "But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." You know, so right here the scripture is telling you that, you know, all these people are going to have a certain level of security. You know, when a thief comes to rob the place, he don't tell you he's coming to rob you. What he does is he scopes out your living habits, your schedule, and he makes sure he strikes at the right time when you know you're not going to be there and you know you're not going to expect it. And that's what Yahweh is doing to this wicked ass kingdom, man. He's got his angels. Hey, you seen all these chairs, people upload all these videos, man. Hey, that's the Lord's spies, man, spying out the victims that they about to fuck up. You know, they ain't getting in position and they're waiting. This place is gonna get hit, man, unexpectedly. So that's that thief. Like a thief in the night is how Yahweh's judgment's gonna come.
Oh, them angels ain't fucking around, man. They seeing chariots every night. Every day, them chariots are on the prowl, man. It's to the point, like, right now, it's like, they're not even behind themselves, bro. They just there.
They just out in the open.
We was at your crib and I was in the basement and shit. You like, hey, come outside, bro. You know how long it took that chariot to fall? That's how big it was, man.
That was a beautiful sight, man. That chariot, man, that flew from one end of the horizon all the way across the fucking sky, bro, for me and brother to see it.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you thought it was gonna be gone, man. I came out, Jacob fucking drunk and shit. I'm like, oh shit. Flew over, man. I'm like, oh shit. It's dope, man.
So they here, man. It says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. But that's talking about is if you ever go to an air show, you're going to hear something called a sonic boom. When those jets, they break the sound barrier. That means they travel faster than sound waves themselves can travel. So they crash through that and it creates a huge sound. Well, that's how those missiles are going to be flying through the sky. That's what the scripture's talking about. And it says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So in addition to that, you're going to have the actual explosion itself. Now, when you have atoms splitting, that one atom splitting creates enough heat, enough explosion that's hotter than, say, the surface of the sun. Okay, so the way a nuclear bomb works is when that piece of that atom splits, it bounces into another atom and it splits that one. And it's a chain reaction. What that is doing is that it's splitting and melting elements. And it's beautiful the way the scripture is written, and it's talking about that, man. Every element on the periodic table is going to melt. And when that happens, it says the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So every single building, man, is going to be turned into charcoal. Just dust. You know?
This is Revelation chapter 20, start at verse 4. Back you right up. It says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with the Messiah 1,000 years. This is describing the elect, man. These are people that were rebellious to this system until the end. These were people that couldn't have been bought, man. These are people that couldn't have been silent. These were people that spoke up for the injustice done to their people and the wickedness being done in the earth. It says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of the Messiah, and shall reign with him 1,000 years.
That second death is talking about the missiles, man. Okay, because the first destruction, first death was the flood. Second death is the nuclear missiles, man. Say which have no power. That's why it goes into it says that the rest of the dead to live not again until the 1,000 years are ended. Because the dead represents the other nations, man. Okay, which is going to get their respective lands and kingdoms built up, but it's going to be under the ornament of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, we ain't gonna catch Elon worshiping Shiva or what's some of the gods they worship over there? Buddha, Allah, Krishna, all that dumb shit, man.
Revelation 20:7. And when the 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Now this is a jump in time, man. This is not speaking of what's happening in the kingdom. You read the book of Revelation, it jumps from time period to time period.
Right.
So when Satan being loose, that's going into the so-called white man being taken off the chain, years before the Renaissance period.
Well, we're in that time right now. It's going to tell you.
And when the 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
Right. See, when a Christian read that, they think that an angel went down to hell and had a key to a burning fire, a furnace, and let the devil out and say, all right, you go ahead and you out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, man. Okay, because the scriptures say that Esau is going to be done away with forever.
Yeah.
So why did the Lord let him get out just to fuck up shit in the kingdom? No, man. We're in that period now.
Right. Yeah, when you think about it, it's really giving you a backstory as to why the place has to be destroyed. Right. Because Satan was loose and deceived the nations. Now all the madness have begun.
Yeah.
So when you read, as we're gonna get into later, when you read down the judgment, the Most High was basically giving you the explanation and how it came to this point.
Right.
So it say, and when 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of this prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
Right. And that's basically talking about the end time. that little season, what you realize is basically it's a further breakdown of the 12th part that Ezra spoke about.
Right.
You know, so that 12th part, we're in that 12th part right now, man. But there was a 1,000-year period before that. So really, he's telling you the 11th and 12th part, a further breakdown of what's happening. Esau had to rule for a little bit, all right, and then there's going to be a little season at the very end that is going to be cut off shorter, man.
Well, and you know what? Like, and when Esdras wrote that, they was already in the 10th part.
Yeah.
And we know that Esdras was on the scene roughly 500 years before Yahweh Shai, before the Romans came on the scene, man.
Right.
Okay, so that shows you that dispensations of time are told prophetically through the scriptures, man.
Right.
Like, this planet ain't like Esau saw 14.5 billion years ago. Let me ask you this, Esau. Well, I know, okay, so before man was on the planet Earth, what the fuck was the Earth doing here 14-something years? Who was here to till it? Because in the story of creation, when the Lord created men on a particular day to till the earth, the Lord said that man was created a little bit shortly after the creation, man. So what the fuck you get 14 billion years from, man? Right. Don't make any sense, man. Like, it was just nothing here but dinosaurs and all this other shit, bro. Dinosaurs existed at the same time that man was walking the earth.
Revelation 20 verse 7, and when the 1,000 years were expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up upon the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
Right, now when you go into that understanding, you have to understand that that devil that it was talking about was Esau, man. Okay, his nation, his people. And then when it says the beast and the false prophet, going into that systems they set up, the false prophet being the Catholic Church, which is the progenitor of all these bullshit ass religions. Okay, you're going into the hierarchy of those churches, which goes into the elites. And then when it says the beast, which is this system, man. Okay, everybody that set up garrisons and came up with laws in order to deceive the nation of Israel and put certain nefarious policies into play, they're gonna have their part in the lake of fire, and also the people that supported this system, man. Okay.
Revelation 20 and 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat upon it, whose face from the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. Read it again. Revelation 20 verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works.
So, question. How was the dead standing before the Most High? Somebody break that scripture down. You know, the breakdown.
Well, during this time, you gonna have a resurrection, as it described earlier in the chapter. So a lot of these motherfuckers that's in the grave, the Most High gonna bring them back just to get torched with the missiles, man. See? So this, like when we say that this is a great judgment, it is what it is, man. There's a reason there's 8 billion people on the planet Earth. It's not because life expectancy has gone high. It's because the Most High just you wanna blow a lot of motherfuckers away, man. Let's just be real.
And it says stand before the Most High because, for one thing, the angels know all your work and the destruction coming, man. Yeah. Okay, Yahweh Shai, when he come back with the angels, man, he's gonna judge them, man. It ain't gonna be some we all see when they read that in a Christian perspective. At that point, the world is destroyed. We all in the spirit world. got the good, then you got the bad. The Lord is reading out this book of 8 billion motherfuckers that just died. Okay, you go here, you go there. No, that's not what that's talking about,
You go to the left or you go to the right?
No, it's not what it's talking about, man. All right, because the scriptures tell you that Yahweh Shai said he should separate the sheep from the goat, and the righteous from the unrighteous, and the reaper should be gathered together, man. Roughly paraphrasing. You see what I'm saying? So no, this is not some shit going down in heaven. This is talking about on the side when the destruction comes. Okay? Go ahead.
I got another quick precept to back it up.
Go ahead, brother.
The book of Revelation 1:7 says, Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen.
That question, brother. How is all the world going to see Yahweh Shai when he comes?
Father security.
That's right. See, in a Christian person, they think that white Jesus is going to come down on a white horse, smiling at everybody in the middle of the fucking city, and everybody is pointing up, and this big rapture is going to happen. No, man. The whole world ain't going to see that. That a guy in the air, like, let's just say right now, if an angel was to come right here and just be in the sky hovering over Kansas City, how the fuck they going to see that in the Middle East? They can't. It's not big enough. They need something that's going to be what they call a worldwide phenomenon, man. So when Yahweh Shai comes back on that ship, what you call a UFO, it's literally going to be in of one heaven to the next, man. That's why they had something which is called Ezekiel's will. Ezekiel brought it out. Esau brought it out last year. NASA caught something on footage. They called it well, not NASA, but people were calling it the Ezekiel's will. They said that a chariot that was bigger than the planet Earth was heading towards Earth, man. And back in 2017, they said they felt like a resurgence, like an energy resurgence coming from a distant galaxy that should arrive on Earth about 2018, 2019. And no coincidence that all these chariots been popping up and Esau decides to declassify it 2 years ago. So they know something is out there, man. They can see it through their satellites. Right? So there ain't gonna be some white man that's standing over the city with his arms out. No, Yahweh Shai is coming back in what you call a fathership, man. And it's gonna be very, very horrific to behold. Okay?
That's right. All right, just to bring out the point too, part of that precept says every eye shall see him, and even those that pierced him, every single soul is gonna be present in that day to receive that judgment on here on earth, man.
That's the reincarnation, man.
Everybody's gonna be back. So the brother brought out that information that you're either gonna have people that died. You might have a motherfucker that died like 5 years ago. All of a sudden, this nigga starts walking around like nothing fucking happened. He here to get judged, man.
Well, even when it goes into that, but when you really break it down and think about it, like when it says all the eyes that pierced him, you got to understand that the Roman Empire parallels this empire 2,000 years ago. So it may not be somebody that was necessarily back from the time of the Babylonian Empire. They'd be dead in the spirit world. Lord can bring them back, of course, but he's talking about predominantly people that existed at the time that he walked the earth, because the people that walked the time of Yahweh Shai, they're here today. You see what I'm saying?
All those Romans that put hands on the prophets, that's part of the body of Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
They put hands on Stephen, on Paul, like all of them.
What's his name? Antipas, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
They put him in what they call the brazen bull. Okay.
Yeah, that's you piercing the Lord, man.
Yeah.
That ain't lightly. He ain't taking lightly, man. He ain't getting off of that.
Some of those guys, man, they hold prominent positions of power. Right now, you got that dude Jeffrey Epstein. He looked like the same motherfucker that's on a $20 bill, man. He came out, so that could be his ass.
Could be
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, he looked just like him. They did a facial recognition on the shit, and that popped up.
10 over there?
20.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he did the same shit on this life.
Yeah,
as far as
I believe he had those labs out there in New Mexico, man. He got a lot of Gadites out there. He was collecting hella DNA samples out there, man, doing all kind of fuck shit. Yeah. You wonder why Gad missing on these reservations, man? Like we brought it up last week. Little girls is going missing, man. Little niggas like that, like Andrew Jackson coming back, doing shit again, man.
That's what that movie was about. Now they trying to boycott the movie because it's shedding light on the pedophilia agenda. But come on, man, that movie was even an agenda behind itself, because even in that movie, though they did show a lot of shit, they try to really keep it at a government spectrum. They basically try to say that this is an underground crime syndicate, but isn't the elites a crime syndicate?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they showed you a lot of different it's a lot of witchcraft in that movie. The guy that played Christ in the Passion of the Christ that played that guy in the movie, he actually took the MOTB. That's the only reason why he was able to continue to go down there to search him out, because they had the trap. They showed that, man. Y'all gotta watch that movie though. There's a lot of witchcraft in it.
Going back, this Revelation chapter 20, verse 12 again. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. This is going to resurrection, we saying, which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works.
Now, who was the dead?
You got the dead over here in America, which are the wicked.
The other
but
nations.
Then you got, right. And then you got, hell, which Esau is classified as
Death and hell.
Death and hell. But when it speaks about them being cast up, man, that's basically the time of judgment, man, for the nations. Right.
And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell were delivered up the dead which were in them. There were judged every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
Your ass gonna get them missiles, man. So hey, a lot of people gonna get them missiles, man. Yeah. You would think, because you would think about like it's 350 some plus million people in America. A lot of people gonna die doing the martial law, world, all this stuff. And you think about like with them, who's gonna be left for the missiles? Well, the scriptures speak of a resurrection from the dead. And it's a lot of people in America that's undocumented too. And then you got the immigrants over here, man. Right. So we can easily have 450 million people here easily, man.
Yes. That's what you gotta understand. There is no escape from this, man. There is no escape. If the Most High wants you in America to get torched, He's gonna set situations to do that, man. Yeah. If you die in Jacob trouble, cause remember we was talking about King Von.
Yep.
As wicked as that nigga was, he got off easy.
I was just meditating on that today at the crib.
That nigga got off easy, man.
I just said that.
It's a lot of wicked ass niggas in the world that just got domed in their head off like that. No, man.
Yeah.
How about Shumi Shai is gonna bring you back and torch your bitch ass, man?
Right.
You gonna feel all of that.
Right. And you might be back as an infant. You can't even run around the corner. You're just a fucking screaming baby. Burned up, man.
You and that pacifier missile, man.
That's right. That's right. But that's why we're going into Noah. He didn't take part in that. The elect now in these days, they not taking part of that, man.
Right.
Get Revelation 7. Let's just get into that. Because we've been going to the destruction. We're gonna switch over and get into the salvation, man, because that's the sweetest part.
Yep.
The sweetest part is being on that being on that glass, but it seed mingled with glass.
Yeah.
I know I'm fucking it up.
Fire,
and looking down and saying, fuck you people, man.
Yeah.
And saying, this is the world that we overcame. This is the place that caused us so much fucking hell, man.
Bring that out.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
What's the winds?
Destruction.
Right.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, and to whom it was given to hurt the sea, the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the serpents of our power in their foreheads.
Right. I mean, we believe the elected shield, but the Most High, he want them to get on certain levels, man. All hell ain't broken loose because there's still more work to do.
Yeah.
That's why.
Right.
It ain't nothing Esau is doing. It ain't nothing of politics, geopolitics, installing out prophecy. No. The Most High wants to make sure the elect is nice and ready for the end, man.
Yeah.
Once that certain level of faith is accomplished, that's when it comes, man.
Yeah. Remember too, on the other side, the Lord wants the people to be in a certain deep sleep too, man. At the same time he comes back. So it's like the faith of the elect gonna be up here, and the pride of the wicked is gonna be up here at the same time, man. You know. So there's two things that the Lord is allowing to build up. One is the faith of the elect, and the other is the pride of the wicked, man. And when both of those things, whatever that ratio is that that pleases the Lord, that's the day He's coming back, man.
Yes.
Not a second sooner.
He told us in the ancient world we can't go into our land until the iniquity of the Canaanites have been accomplished.
Yeah. That's right, man. And He actually told that to our forefather Abraham way before that, man. He's like, look, you're gonna take this land from these people. Your seed are gonna inherit this land, man. But there was a certain period of time of what wickedness that they had to do before the Lord went in there to justify us going in there and taking that land, man. Right. And what were they doing when we got there, man? All kind of weird fuck shit, man. Sacrifices, you know, men popping men, goats, all kind of shit, man. Right. So the Lord is completely justified in going in there and taking that land. And when the Lord tells you to come out of a certain people, then come out of them, man. Because there's nothing but destruction there. And the Lord did the same thing this time too, man. When you read Revelation 18, man, it's the same thing, you know. This is Revelation 7, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
Now, that's not symbolic. That's actual the Israelites, man.
Yeah.
See, that replacement theology bullshit you people teach, you can't get around that, man. All right? And what proves that when you go to Revelation, what is the 21st chapter? I think when the Lord goes into the 12 gates for all the 12 disciples, 12 apostles. This is talking about the Israelites, man, okay? You other nations, you have your salvation. That's why we read earlier in 2 Ezra 8:1 that the world today is created for many, but the world that comes for few. So you can't have best of both worlds. You've already got your consolation on this side, okay? Now, be pissed off at Esau because he's been holding back from you. That's between you and the Edomite. All right, that ain't our fucking problem that y'all ain't getting a piece of the pie. So be it. But y'all ain't getting shit of ours, all right? Just be glad that all you other nations outside of the so-called white man will have a chance to partake in the blessings of the kingdom, man. Be happy with that, but not before a whole 1,000 years of hardcore punishment to you. Yeah. Because the Hamite got to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly speaking, the Hamite, hey, I'm surprised the Lord let that nigga skate through, man.
Too.
Yeah.
Chinese,
because the fucking Hamite, he just as foul as the Edomite, man.
Yeah.
And you fucking Ishmael, I can't stand you Ishmaelite men, man. You can't stand Jake. Yeah, you can't stand Jake. You hate us, but you want to be us.
Right.
We'll break a foot in y'all ass.
Yeah, you Ishmaelites, man. I'm gonna just punch you in your shit, man.
Yeah, and don't call me brother either, man.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
You go to the gas station, they doing brother.
What up, brother? Fuck you, bro.
So like you go ahead.
If you was a brother, you wouldn't be selling that poison on our people, man.
Yeah, but they call you boss, brother or boss.
Here you go to fucking like go right there on 51st in the Manual Cleaver or 50, whatever that shit is. You got that express mark. You got a goddamn crunchy fried chicken in there. You think Ishmael eating that shit? Hell nah, man. This nigga deep fried corn dogs, bro.
That shit been in the glass for 3 days.
Hell nah, bro.
Crackhead come in for all that shit. Go ahead. It's like
I'll skip on down to verse 9. And it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
And that's talking about the Israelites, because only Israelites can be pure, man. Israelites, because when you go into that word nation, it goes into ethnos, which goes into a family or a tribe. Okay? So you can't sneak that in. Oh, see the great multitude. No, man. When they say that they came out of every kindred and tongues and nations, because the key point of understanding that is knowing that the Israelites have been dispersed among the nations.
right.
And when you establish the primary thing in the Bible that the Israelites are the Lord's people and that we've been scattered under every nation under heaven, that prophecy comes to light and is very understandable. Right?
Yes.
It's not hard
Yes.
concept, bro.
If you don't understand that, and you don't understand the concept of the elect as we're going into Revelation 17 or Revelation 7, you missing major keys in the Bible.
Yes.
Right.
Major keys. Now us, we've been in the truth for a certain period of time. We understand this, but Christian church, they don't go into Revelation 7.
Right. They
That
don't,
brought the seal, brother.
They don't do that.
they don't believe it. They don't understand patrilineal descent. So they get confused about how another nation can look like somebody over a period of time.
Right.
Well,
You know,
I
but
mean,
the Lord scriptures teach you that.
But
though.
honestly speaking, no, it's just really science proves it.
Yeah.
I mean, look. Okay. I mean, this is self-explanatory, bro. It's easy. Genetics. Look at Blake Griffin's son, man. Look at Patrick Mahomes' son.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes' woman is a cold-blooded Edomite, straight white bitch. Patrick Mahomes is a Jake, man. I think his mother's what, Edomite? But his father's a Jake, dark skin, I think, if I'm not mistaken. His baby fucking look like an Edomite.
Right.
But you see, through the process of mixing and being among other people, that's what we gonna look like, man.
Right.
You know?
And that's why Esau reads this. It didn't say all nations. He said of all nations. We came out of those nations.
See, attention to detail. He didn't say
You know?
all nations, of all nations. Bro,
Right.
read that again. That's a very important, bro, paying attention to detail is very essential in the truth, man. Bible Kushar, read that again.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 9. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
And what's the key word in there?
Of. You know? Because why? Because they're all wearing white robes, but they're all of different nations. That shows you this is spiritual gathering, man. Because we might be speaking all different languages when we get gathered up, but those white robes represent us being reconciled, man.
Well,
that crown we got.
Pentecost proved that. Pentecost proved that. But even then, when we get gathered up, we're gonna come back inside natural habitat, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually get the bodies, and then we're gonna be speaking our Hebrew, man.
Right.
Nigga ain't Jake that get delivered from goddamn Thailand ain't gonna be speaking dead to me. He ain't gonna be speaking that shit in the kingdom, man.
Right.
We're gonna be speaking a period. All the nations are gonna be speaking Hebrew in the kingdom.
Yeah.
All right, we're not finna go through an arm and leg.
Right.
You trying to
No.
it break down your tongue. Fuck all that, man.
Translate.
That's why it tells you in Isaiah says, in that time it should be 5 cities of Canaan. Let's just go 5. The cities should speak the 5 languages of Canaan, man.
Right.
And it says at that time I should return to the people back to a pure language, because all the nations spoke Hebrew, man.
Right.
All nations derive out of Hebrew. Like when you look at the Hebrew alphabet, the American alphabet, you got A, Ba, L, A, B, C, which the American alphabet, they don't give you the dialect of the meanings. Like what does A means? Okay, a lot goes into cattle or a head or something. Then you got B, Ba, Bayat, house. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They break down the Hebrew in the alphabet, but when you go learn ABCs, what the fuck am I reciting for? What does C mean? What does D mean outside of da? A duh. You know what I'm saying?
The reason Most High broke up the languages because everybody was trying to get together to do some
folly.
stupid ass shit on the Temple of Baal.
Yeah.
Now the Most High, he gonna get everybody on the same page to do what? To worship the Israelites, man.
Right.
Everybody's gonna call us Adawan, man. Everybody gonna call on Yahweh Shah. Everybody gonna say Adawan. They say Khan, Adawan, Khan.
That's right.
Hey, that's what I better hear from you fucking Moabites, man.
That's right, man.
I catch a Moabite talking that chick chong shit.
Yeah.
I'm Mortal Kombat niggas.
You're not getting a Hebrew download. You're gonna learn it. You're gonna open up a book.
Yeah, you gonna try
study it.
hard,
Oh, yeah, you
nigga.
gonna learn it.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, you're not getting a download, man.
You better enunciate that shit properly.
Right,
You better hit
right.
a chop. You
Malak.
better hit a chai in there. You're gonna get your ass whooped.
Because if you come with that bullshit, I'm gonna take a King James Version Bible in English and I'm gonna smack you across your fucking head with it, man.
Right.
Because we ain't gonna have no English Bibles in this kid. I'm gonna create one. This is gonna be a monument on display.
Yeah.
Okay. I keep trying to tell you, man. My Halal's Fun House gonna be
Fun house.
It's gonna be a straight. It's gonna be a haunted house for you niggas, man.
Yeah, come because Revelation 7, that's going to the 144,000.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 144,000 slave owners, man.
Yeah. That's right, man.
144,000 ass kickers, man.
That's right, man.
Ain't gonna be 144,000 sugar boys. 144,000 simps, man.
Yeah. That's right, man. This time we gonna set up boarding schools, man. You gonna learn the Hebrew. You gonna learn how to pick cotton.
Yes.
You gonna have great technique, man.
The hard
Oh, you
way.
gonna learn, yeah. Yeah, you ain't. Hey, look, you ain't getting no bulldozing. You ain't gonna have that shit.
Yeah, tractors.
Nah, bro, you going back to that. Just like you made us build them fucking pyramids in Egypt, be going back to the old way, man. Only people that's gonna have access to technology for the first 1,000 years are the Israelites, man. You nations will get technology down the line, but you ain't getting no damn cherry. I don't know how you gonna ride around, honestly. Honestly, you may get I don't know how you gonna get around. You may have no matter of fact, you gonna have horses. You gonna have buggy and carry. You gonna have boats and shit. You gonna do that. You're not getting no chariot, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You want some new technology? Yeah. Run 3 trillion and gold.
Yeah. And I may have a chariot to Uber your ass.
Yeah, y'all ain't getting no.
But nah, you gonna get
fans.
But you gonna have horses. Horses is gonna be on a whole different level, bro.
Y'all gonna get a leaf and shit like
I would rather have a horse than a car.
Right. But see, that's why their daughters are gonna want us, man.
Yeah.
The daughters are gonna be wanting to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 2 verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I forgotten thee. Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them to pieces like a potter's vessel. So yeah, we gonna physically break it, but we really breaking the fucked up mentality they have in their mind, man. Because Moab is described as a proud man in this.
Yeah.
You gotta break that out of that nigga.
Yeah.
Ham is a nasty nigga. You gotta break that out of him, man.
Yeah.
And Esau just the devil. You just gotta get burnt up, man.
Yeah.
Break that
There's no breaking Esau.
Nah, yeah, that's what he is.
He's no
That's
rebel to
spirit
the very
rising.
last
That's
minute.
right, we're rising, man. That's right. You know?
Yeah, Esau's gonna rebel to the very last minute.
That's cool. Let him. But the apostles broke it down that the Most High gonna keep that proud spirit on him. I mean, yeah, he gonna humble down when we fucking him up. But it's like every day, you know what I'm saying? You know how you whoop a motherfucker ass and be cool, and the next day he back talking shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, yeah, the Lord gonna let us humble. You Edomites gonna humble the fuck down. Yes, my Lord. My Lord, I'll do whatever you want. As soon as we walk off, fucking nigga. Man, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna have pleasure fucking you up, man.
That's right, man. You know?
Go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 10. And cry with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders of the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped the Most High, saying, Amen, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen.
Now, hey, why does it have why is R a possessive pronoun?
Yeah,
Because
he doesn't belong to us, but he's our power.
Osai, yeah, he's a part of the Israelites.
But we are possessive over the knowledge of the Lord, man. That's why we get on other nations for trying to get in this.
Yep.
We're possessive over our Father, man.
Yep.
We should be. Hey, look, let's be honest. If your father bought another kid in that wasn't his, it's you ought to get used to that nigga, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if he's doing the same shit you get some joy to your father. You're like, I don't know this nigga. Why he getting mics? You don't want to fuck him up, man.
Yeah, with souls, you saw that video. You saw that video where Jake bought his kids some McDonald's and brought it to his kid.
Yeah.
But the nigga woman had like two other niggas' babies.
3 other, yeah.
And she like, why don't you bring them some? Well, cause this is my son. I'm not bringing these little niggas food because I ain't they daddy.
And show how wicked that bitch is. He was like, well, you know what? If you want to be fair, break my son, I'll let him eat. She was that fucking bitter to the point where, nah, he can't eat my kid.
He can't
Wait a
eat.
minute, that ain't his
Wow.
responsibility. The man was being nice, said, well, let him bring outside so he don't eat in front of his brothers and sisters. Man.
Right.
Or if he decided to share with them, that's his business. But still,
Right.
it's just like, what the fuck, bro? He can't. Now your son got to star off because you want to be an entitled bitch.
Right.
Fuck you, black bitches, man.
Right. The scripture for that, this is Sirach 17, verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's person, whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, giving him the light of his love, doth not forsake him. See, the same way we brought up that example. That Jake was nourishing his son with that McDonald's Happy Meal.
Right.
Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, nourishing us by first giving us salvation, writing the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, and making us rulers over these heathens.
Right.
I'm gonna read it again. Sirach 17:17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion. All you niggas, you voted for Joe Biden, you going off. You're supposed to worship the Lord.
Right.
They say, whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and giving him the light of his love did not forsake him. Therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways.
Right, man. One way he nourished us with discipline was the law, man. You know, when he gave us the law, it was a restriction on us, but it was so that we would live. You know, and that reminded me of that guy, Dwight Howard, who had his kid.
Yeah.
He was working him out, trying to push him past his limit, man. You know, he was nourishing him with discipline. Why? Because discipline is a fruitful thing when you put it into your seed. When you put a discipline into your seed, your son, that son comes back as a major investment, man.
Well, hey, that shows you that in Dragon Ball Z, the Cell Saga. You notice when Gohan was around Goku, when they trained in the hyperbolic time chamber, you notice Gohan was at his top level. He surpassed Goku.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because Goku pushed that nigga in the hyperbolic time chamber. But what happened when Goku died?
Yeah.
Gohan got soft.
Right.
Because why? He was under Chi-Chi's fucking wicked ass.
Yeah, kind
And then he had to go to school and do all this other shit to the point where Vegeta was disgusted in the nigga.
Right.
He was disgusted at it. He said, how the fuck?
Yeah,
He said, how the hell you 7 years older, you're a grown man, but yeah, you're weaker than when you were a child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because he, being a fucking simp, man.
Yeah.
They say, none of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Lord. But the Lord, being gracious and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them.
Right. So that tells you that there's never a period of time where the Lord is going to deal with some other nation.
Yes,
man.
exactly.
The Lord already said, I've seen all the wickedness that they've done.
Yes.
As wicked as Jake is, I've seen it all, and I forgive them. Vocab. Get over it.
Well,
We got forgiven, and we're going to get the blessing.
Because, the Most High read it that way, man. Jake didn't have control over whether they went off or not. The Most High, he wrote the story, and the ultimate story is for his people to win.
Right.
That's just how the story went. See, when you cronies get out of the free will mindset, then you're gonna understand that, oh, well, this is just a story. It's a movie script, man.
Right.
When before movies go before the cameras and directors and shit are hired, you have a writer. Okay? You have writers, they go between the board and they write up a story.
Yeah.
Like in the Mission Impossible movies, okay? They pre-written Ethan Hunt to survive, to be the star. That's how it's written. Goes before cameras, production crew, then the movie is filmed out, and what's happening on the script ultimately plays out in the movie.
Yeah.
Only how it deviates from the script upon ad-libbing, because I mean, you can say we ad-lib, but it's all in the script.
Right.
The writer gives actors, based on their talent, the ability to ad-lib certain things, but it's all within the script. That's why they never deviate.
Right.
And if it is rewrites, guess what? The writer comes back and he rewrites it.
Right.
But it's all written, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Esau, you come in and think because you're getting the power to ad-lib that you have power to change the script.
Bro.
And you don't, man.
Penn proves that because, hey, give me that in the book of, I think it's Psalms, when it goes to the Lord, the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord. Because think about it. No, it's another one, Psalms too. But think about it, right? Now, Esau is playing right into the hand of the Most High. If he know that passing the MOTB was going to be the end of his kingdom, why would he do it? Why would he change it if he had the ability? Because he don't. The Lord is putting it on this man's mind. Pride, man.
Right.
To say, you know what, yeah, we going to do this. But it's based on pride, which is going to be his ultimate downfall, man. Okay? Type in King's Heart and Lord. It may be that. Read it. Psalms 9. It may be that.
Oh, what is Proverbs?
It's in Proverbs. I think
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Read it.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So that's no such thing as free will, man. Yeah. Okay? The Most High works on the minds of Putin, Biden, okay, the elite. Ultimately, the Most High is dealing right with the elites through the left-hand side, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He's telling them, look, this is what's going to happen, this, and that, so you can bring about this event. Then I'm going to control this side to counteract that side, and it's going to create that particular scenario.
Yep.
Yep.
It's simple, man.
It's like a reaction. When you took chemistry class, certain elements or certain combinations created certain things, man. So now, hey, the World War III, the financial crisis, the result of those chemicals results in the MOTB.
Right. And the free will shit is ultimately a product of being prideful, man. Being able to make your own destiny. Look, none of us had control whether we woke up to this or not. In our mindset, each brother can attest to it. Every brother never thought they would be doing this. I laughed at the idea. I tried to avoid it. Say, nah, I ain't ready for it. They're like, yeah, all right. Nigga, I'm gonna show you. I want to do this at first, man. I'm like, man, I ain't ready to get my life up. It's just getting started. I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to go out here and look stupid. I don't want to deal with our wicked ass people because the prophets call hell dealing with niggas, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you think of the worst case mindset. You think when you out here, you're going to get spat at, you're going to get beat up, shot. All these thoughts are going in. Yeah, all these thoughts are going through your mind prior to you getting out there on the highways, man, because you're expecting the worst, man. And them things do happen. Don't get it twisted, but more often than not, it's really just a simple discourse, in and out. But it's all up your how about you, how shot, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a certain men too that the Lord just plucked out, man.
Yeah.
That just don't have that spirit on to endure it.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna, oh, this really sucks, but deep down it's gonna be like a but I gotta go out there and do it.
You gotta do it anyway.
You know.
Yeah, that's what he saw, man. He don't really want to give up this kingdom, but he gonna have to do it anyway. Nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, he don't have no choice. Run that shit.
Yeah, the Lord gonna throw this shit down, bro.
Yeah.
This shit ain't gonna last. The Lord is gonna throw this shit. The Lord built up this great, cause Esau has a great kingdom, brother.
Yeah.
This is this is a great kingdom, man.
It's the first worldwide one.
Yeah.
It's the first world, because when it says that Satan came back for that little season and deceived the whole earth, four corners of the earth, that was the first kingdom that went out in the four corners of the earth. Man.
Yeah.
And conquered it and spread all that bullshit, man.
Yeah, because the Greeks at the time, man, that known road, that didn't dove over into the fourth part, man. That wasn't the fourth part of the earth, man.
Right.
This is a whole new land about discovered. That's why the Lord didn't have nobody to inhabit it. Yeah, they came over here and got particular gold and peacocks and different substances to build a temple. But nobody inhabited this land until God came over here, which is prophetic, man.
Right.
The Lord, like, that's gonna be Babylon. Lord broke this shit up perfect. But when the flood came, the Lord already had it in mind. Said, like, look, I'm gonna this Pangea, I'm gonna break things up, and I'm gonna put this, bro. We're in the farthest part of the earth, bro. In Western, we are far west, bro.
Right. That's how we know, because it says he didn't just come over here and plant a flag. He says he deceived the people here, man.
Yeah.
When the Catholic Church is everywhere, man. They're in the Philippines, they're in South America, they're in Central America, they're in Europe, you know. That deception, that's that one of those three unclean spirits, man.
That false prophet.
Well, it's the same nigga, man. Revelation 20 verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. That's that old nigga, man. That same old nigga.
Hey, matter of fact, that ain't go right. Well, I mean, you got two niggas, they devils too. But matter of fact, this is the look, the Edomite, man.
The old serpent.
Serpents.
The devil and Satan.
Yeah, that Edomite. The devil and Satan, man. You got the devil and Salakia, that thing is in a way, but you got the devil and Satan right there, man.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And they spirit, they don't really know what's going on, man. But by default, they just what it is.
Right. The Lord said he assigned an angel with a chain over you, man. And because you look at the events of World War I, man, there's like 40 million people died, man. A lot of them was Edomites.
Yeah.
And see, Esau didn't have enough common sense to try to work things out. Oh shit, we shouldn't do that again. What happened? 20 years later,
Right back to it.
He doubled it. 80 million people died in World War II, man.
Right back to it.
Oh, Pete, they said more people died in Vietnam than World War II, bro.
Oh yeah, Americans.
Yeah, Americans.
Americans died. Yeah. But see,
That was a shit show.
Because there was a lot of Europeans dying over there in the World Wars. Esau got a little bit of it in Pearl Harbor and all of that, but the most American bloodshed was when y'all tried to go over there in Vietnam, man. Y'all got fucked up.
Y'all didn't know the terrain. Y'all didn't know y'all didn't have a play. They just went out road, bro.
Yeah.
They just deployed a bunch of niggas in the middle of the fucking jungle and got smoked,
And
man.
honestly, a lot of y'all was sacrificed, man.
Yeah.
At a certain point, your soldier was just coming up missing. You send a man in there, you know he's not coming back.
He ain't coming back, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
There's too many baby boomers after that World War II.
Yeah.
They had to keep that population under control. Send y'all niggas to the Nam.
Right.
And hey, Jake raised up babies over there, man. A lot of them Vietnamese are straight Jakes, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look at down south, the countries next to Vietnam,
Thailand,
Laos, and Cambodia. Those are darker skinned, Moabite looking people.
That's the spirit. My little brother, he had an uncle named ATL, and we used to go to my godmother Phyllis' house. ATL had a chick from Cambodia, but dark skin. She looked almost like a Puerto Rican, but yet she had the cheeky eyes, but she was like his brother's complexion, your complexion.
Okay,
she was a lot darker, but she was a Jake.
Yeah, I got a cousin. My cousin, because my uncle was in the Marines. He got him a Ammonite woman. Well, no, he actually got him a Filipino woman, but he met her in Japan.
Yeah.
And ended up having my cousin. My cousin didn't come to America till he was about 10.
And you notice when Jake mixed with them other nations, them babies come out looking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They come out
Philippines, man. I believe those are normal.
Yeah, he got the cheeky eyes, but he smoked. He got the cheeky eyes, but he smoked Newports and drink Henny like a nigga.
And he talk shit. Probably could ball,
He can hoop. He be beating niggas in Madden.
He probably wear the basketball shorts and stop here with the skinny legs, with the basketball socks, with the flip-flops and shit.
Yeah.
Nike Sandal Jake,
You
man.
want to see if he a Jake or not? Ask him to do a crossover, man. We'll tell you if that's an Edomite or a Jake or not.
Jake hit your ass in balls. Oh, pull up on you.
But over in the Philippines, you know what they call a dark-skinned Philippine? Call them Morenos, man.
Moreno.
Where did they get that from? The Spanish. A lot of the Spanish brought a lot of Northern Kingdom over there and colonized them.
What they said in the Filipinos, the Spanish bought, they dropped off a lot of Northern Kingdom in the Philippines. A lot of them are Issacharites, man.
Right.
Like, hey, Manny Pacquiao, he's definitely Issachar, man.
You're not gonna outbreed Issachar, man. No matter where you put him.
No.
You drop Issachar over the period of time. I don't care what they look like. Them Issachar, man.
Because they don't do nothing but eat and fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know, like Issachar, they not really. I mean, you got some that do that, but they're not really out in as far as like going out. That's not really in their spirit. They just get them a woman, you know, fuck on her. They all go to somebody's house.
Get
and
overweight.
chill. Yeah. That's all they do. But this is a preset for you. This second Ezra chapter. Second Ezra chapter 16, verses 28. It say, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword.
Does this sound like a time of prosperity for America, man?
Yeah.
For Esau's kingdom?
Yeah.
What kind of tone is being set here, man? You hear about the day of the Lord and the days that lead up to the day of the Lord. Well, how is it described? You know?
But even then, before that, man, because we remember we were going to that last week. The first 3 days of Jacob's trouble is going to do big numbers. Man.
Oh yeah. Esau said football numbers.
The first 3 days of Jacob's trouble. When it's true Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers just gonna be dropping like flies, as they were saying, man.
Yeah.
So that's why it's gonna be few left, because you also got World War III. They got a supply. They have to keep a good supply of troops for there. Man.
Well, watch them videos in Ukraine, man. They straight up tell you look like you 20 to 30 years. They grab your ass up,
right
man.
up. Yeah.
Throw you in the fucking van, man.
That's why Jake like us. If we go to Ukraine right now, it's gonna be Isaiah 4:1 times 30, brother.
Yeah.
21 women shots at old boy, man.
21, yeah.
It said, even in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the field thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man travel there through. Ain't gonna be no more action, man.
Right.
Ain't gonna be no more Taylor Swift concerts to go to.
Right.
No more Chiefs games to travel and hang out to for Sundays, man. All that shit getting shut down, bro.
Sir.
The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. And it says in the wars, their bridegrooms shall be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish in famine.
That's right, man. These are the times that we're getting ready to come into, man.
Sir.
Like the time to be lax. This is like the worst time to be lax, man.
Yeah.
All right? And that's why the scripture's right that it's going to be a thief in the night for many of you people. That's why it speaks about a group of you being settled, because it's going to catch y'all off guard, man. You know? Like the time that we're getting ready to go into is about to be horrific, man.
Yes.
Horrific.
Hey, well, listen to this. 2 Ezra 16, verse 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. The ones that got faith. Who's going into that Hebrews 4 and 2.
Yep.
The ones that hear the word but get it mixed with faith. Those are the ones that take the warning serious.
Yes.
Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
That's right, man.
Which pains, when the child coming forth, they slack not a moment.
Yeah.
And remember, Yawasaki was giving that testimony when your woman was giving birth. She said she never felt nothing like that.
Yeah. God. That's it.
Even so shall not the plagues, be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
Yeah, that's right, man. There's a period of time when a woman has her water break, man. Once that period happens, the baby's coming, man.
That's right.
Right.
Can't put it back.
It's they have what you call contractions, and they happen on a certain cadence and time period, man.
Right.
You know, and it's a very painful process.
Right. Ain't gonna be no 2020, brother.
Right.
You can't sit in the house and ride this out, man. You gotta live through it. No, you
we're teaching, man. Yeah. Just break it down who we are as a people, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, of the God's chosen people in the Bible, being the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American, telling our people that we're the real Israelites. We're not Mexican, we're not Puerto Rican, we're not African American, but this is our biblical ethnicity, man. Like what you're seeing here is a great awakening. Like you see guys like us doing this all over the world because we're in a time now that the end is here. And the Bible prophesied in Ezekiel 38. You know what? Do you know anything about the Bible?
I do.
Oh,
I
you
need to
don't?
dive into it.
A little bit. Can't really get into it. Yeah. Well, basically, man, the end time prophecy. Do you believe like prophecy or like the end of the world?
In a sense.
In a sense?
I feel like in a collective type sense, like soul-wise, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I do kind of feel like what you're saying. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
spiritually, in a sense, you know, like I feel like some of us are losing touch with our real selves, like that type of thing, or is it like?
No, well, meaning that, I mean that too, because that's part of like so-called being awoke and all this other stuff. Like you got all these different religions, you got the pride agenda, you got the kids and all this other stuff. But basically, we're the Lord's prophets, man. And you see this right here, America's going to be destroyed. We're really declaring the end of this wicked-ass kingdom we're in, man. Because how do you feel about kids getting sacrificed? How do you feel about that? Fucked up. How do you feel about the transgenders? How do you feel about that?
It's honestly just insane that it's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one to judge, but the fact that we're thinking like that is like,
But
not okay.
But it's not okay. But you can judge it, brother, because I mean, you can call out. Like right now, if I was to walk across the street and get hit by a car, you have to have a judgment. Hey, brother, get out the street. You know what I'm saying? So you have a right to speak on these things, but society has put us in a box to make them believe that you can't speak about these things, human rights. But these people are doing more harm to themselves than good. You know, because there's no way that two men can make a baby, bro. Because let's just say if every man went that way, then what would happen to the population? It's all done. And we're out here speaking against the lies that's been taught, man. You know, and to wake our people up and let them know this is who they are. Like, what's your father? What's your ethnicity?
Mexican. So
Mexican.
I'd be, how do you say that?
Issachar. Issachar. Yeah. Yep. You know what that means in the Hebrew, bro? Yasakar means he is higher. Means that's what you mean in Hebrew means he is higher. And what's funny about that is that so-called Mexicans, you ever heard the joke that they work harder than any other Hispanic? But that's not funny because honestly, that's what your Hebrew name means.
Right.
He is hired.
Right. They work in Italian restaurants. Mexicans work in Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
They not from those lands, but they get hired to make that food.
Yeah, and we love Iscarite food, man. Like shit, tequila is, hey, that's our favorite drink up here now, man. I ain't drunk this much tequila in years.
Yeah.
You know?
All the laborious jobs, man. Roofers.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that, but the so-called Mexicans will.
They get up there and they knock that shit out, man. You know, basically, brother, you are a prince of the power, man. You are one of the Lord's people. You know, just researching it and finding out and researching what this is about. That way, if, you know, who knows, man, the Lord can deal with your spirit, man, and wake you up and you come out and start dealing, man.
Right.
But it's a process of growth and believing and understanding that right there, that white Christ, which that's a lot. Most of our people, they believed in that due to the conquests of conquistadors, which I know you know about that. You know? Well, you heard anything about the Spanish Inquisition? Or anything about Columbus? What about him?
I know there's some weird stuff to Columbus. I haven't dove into it.
It's wicked. It's not. Yeah. It's because Esau he'll try to repaint history. You know, like, oh, that was kind of wrong, and you know, and there's a way he has to characterize things. But when you really read the history of what happened to us and all of our people, you realize we got the same punishment, just in different ways by the same nation of people that the Bible calls on. You know.
Right.
Right, because also like when you go into like Mexico's predominant language is like Spanish, Spanish and English. Well, when you go into history, you're trying to figure out your culture. Why you ask yourself, why do we all speak Spanish? Is that our indigenous language?
That's
It really is.
precepts.
Our indigenous language is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. You have to ask yourself what the Aztecs were speaking. What language is that called? When you go into that history, you start finding out, dang, the rabbit hole runs deep. So why is all somebody speaking Spanish? Because the Spaniards, which is another nation, came over and committed genocide and enslaved our people and forced their language on us. Spanish.
English.
Right. Well, that's an oppressive language.
You believe in God? You believe in a higher power?
I believe in a higher power for sure.
Do you believe he's a specific higher power or just like a higher power in general?
I feel like in a sense all of them. Yeah, I don't know. I believe like each of us have a part of him. I feel like he's like in a sense like energy. You know what I mean? Like he's like we all have bits of energy. It's like a collective type of thing. That's how I view it. I never really viewed it as like one person. You know, like I mean obviously there's a creator in a sense, but I feel like
Let's get into it.
One of the messages is the Lord is a specific entity. He is all of those things, but he's also a specific entity. And he called out specific things. I want to read this really quick for you. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, because this outlines that he not only declared himself, he gave his people a name. He's not just some high in the sky, but he also outlined things that will be happening in the earth.
Before it happens,
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And that's why the brother asked you, do you believe in the end times, the prophecy, and things like that? Because this is how we measure it. The Bible is filled with inklings or hints of what you call to the end days. That's why I say measure thou the time diligently is by understanding the scripture and what's going on, comparing it today and seeing where we at.
Right. Because when he asked you about, are you upset with the thing happening with the kids and all these things going on, these are all signs that the Lord said was going to happen when you show up. You know what I mean? He says specific things are going to start happening when I visit. I'm not energy. You know, I'm not just the universe. People say God is the universe. No, he has a name. He's a specific entity, and he told certain men certain things. And there are certain things that are going to come to pass that are gonna declare when he's coming, when he's getting closer. We don't know the exact minute, but we got signs that these things will come. That's why we're out here.
That's right.
You know, and so that's the warning. You can't look at the Lord or the Most High as just some energy that you pray to. He has a mission. He has commandments. He has laws and stuff. He has people. You know, right? And if you're not taking it seriously enough, when these signs are coming to pass, he's also promised a destruction. You know,
caught up in it.
we're coming into a time of separating the wicked from the righteous. That's basically what's happening. You're starting to see people get a lot more evil, and And you're starting to see people come out of a lot of evil and become righteous.
Yeah.
It's a separation, sifting thing, you
So
know.
we telling our people.
Yeah, this is the 2 Chronicles 7:14. It says, "If my people, which are called by my name, which the Israelites are called by the name of Yahweh, because our name Israel in the Hebrew it means Yashar Allah, which means a prince of the power. So when you deal with the Israelites, we're literally the sons of God that's down here on this earth. So that's why it says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land." So that's why we come out here, essentially to wake our people up, to tell them who they are and that they got to repent and come back to keeping the commandments to the best of their ability, or they will be destroyed.
Right.
Like that's the message. You got to repent or die. Like,
It's power in knowing who you are, man.
yeah.
When people think of Mexicans, they don't think of a ruler of the earth. They think of
a slave.
They think of some dude doing slave labor, some dude doing roofing, some dude
undercut,
cooking,
yeah.
some dude working in the kitchen cleaning dishes. That's why he said we're called the sons of God. You have pride in that. Even us, you know, you may say we are Negroes. It's bad stereotypes on that.
Yeah,
We lazy. All we do is bullshit.
Yeah.
But when we actually have pride in who we are, we carry ourselves different and we command a certain amount of respect.
That's right.
That's right. Let me ask you, brother, have you heard about the biblical account of the Hebrew Israelites? Have you ever heard about that? Maybe in church or anything? Okay, well, the base of the concept of the Israelites is you had a man named Moses, that he was raised up and he was given spiritual power to help free his people that was enslaved by the Egyptians for 400 years.
Make it simple.
So he basically just, through miracles, he got us out of Egypt. He split the Red Sea in half. You might have heard about that story, walking through the Red Sea.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
How old are you, bro?
I'm 18.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so,
oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, so,
And shit in school now is totally different than when I was in school, bro. Half the shit they don't. I'm surprised we heard nothing about. They probably ain't teach you nothing about history.
They don't teach us nothing about that.
Yeah.
It's all, it's none of that.
But in the Bible, that's a big part of history. Is the story of Moses and the Hebrew Israelites being delivered out of Egypt, walking across the bottom of the Red Sea. It's all different plagues in Egypt, the plague of locusts and different things like that. Basic stuff when we hear about the church, even in the Christian churches, we don't speak about that story.
My family's Catholic, so I don't, me personally, I've never got into religion and stuff because I feel like, obviously I believe in a higher power, but I feel like church is maybe part of something of the plan maybe that you guys.
We don't deal with
I feel like it just kind of it makes you choose, you know what I mean?
brainwash.
Yeah, and they, like you said, they probably tell you stuff that.
They put it in a box, man. You know. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All that took them captive held them fast and refused to let them go. So when we say the children of Israel, because our nation was split into two. You had the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, right? So the children of Israel, that's considered the northern kingdom. Children of Judah, that's considered the southern kingdom. So they were oppressed together. This is why we say that we're those people, because we were all catching the same amount of hell here in America.
Look up when you get a chance. Look up if they still have it. Look up the Mexican-American War, and look up Mexicans or Taínos in the fields picking cotton. Okay, and then you look up the same thing with the transatlantic slave trade or the Louisiana Purchase and different things about black slavery. You will see that your history is just like ours. Like they had y'all in the fields picking cotton, hanging you. Like the Mexican-American War started because basically a group of white men lied on a 14-year-old Mexican woman and say that she murdered a grown-ass white man on a 14-year-old Mexican little girl. And that gave them the justification on putting the Mexicans and enslaving them and putting them in slavery and killing them off, man. Same thing with our people picking cotton. We knew we were slaves, right? Blacks. Same thing with y'all, man. Same thing with Puerto Ricans. Same thing with fucking Colombians, man. They all went through the same thing. Native Americans, all that, man.
Even look at it today. Who's majority in the prisons? Blacks and Hispanics.
Blacks, Hispanics.
You
bro.
go down to the hood on the east side. Who's predominantly there on Independence Avenue? Blacks and Hispanics.
Yep.
I got the transatlantic slave trade. Did they teach you that in school now about slavery?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, man, they got rid of that too.
Well, the school system does.
Yeah.
You went to
Yeah, well, because there was basically, you know about slavery, the history of slavery in blacks in America.
that's what they call it.
We all got put over here in ships. And that also happened to the so-called Latinos and the Native Americans as well. So I have a prophecy that was written 1,000 years ago that said that would happen to us. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, and no man shall set you free." So this is the land spiritually called Egypt. So this was a prophecy before it actually happened, the slavery in America happened. It's telling you that was going to happen. This was written thousands of years ago.
Right.
So we're here to tell you that we are those people that this is talking about. Now, why is that important? Because Deuteronomy 7:6 says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So the Hebrew Israelites are the Lord's favorite. Where God's chosen people. That's a big deal. That's why so-called white people have had it out for us for all these centuries. Because they are opposite. They're of a nation called Esau. And if you go into the story of Jacob and Esau, when you start learning and study on your own about the Bible, if you take some of the things we're saying, when you start reading the scriptures and some of these stories we're talking about, you're like, damn, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That's why church tells you that everybody is special and everybody can make it. Well, if everybody's special, then nobody's special, right? Right. The Bible just said, "I chosen you to be above all people." So, hey, it's a difference. Yeah. Somebody's lying.
But the irony is, the irony of it is, these people on the side, we've been told that we're the worst people on the planet.
You're the worst, yeah.
We're the ones that need to be enslaved, right?
Yeah.
We're the ones that's called monkeys, and sticks, and tomahawks, and coons, and all these other names. But we're actually the chosen people. We're God's favorite.
Everything he brought out is all prophesied. Like if you read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, it goes into the reason why we call niggas, sticks, wetbacks, the reason why we don't own shit, the reason why we in the fucking prison houses and all that shit. It's all in the Bible. Like it's literally all prophesied while we go through this shit.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I got another scripture.
You got a precept too?
yeah, I did.
This is Jeremiah 17, verse 4. It say, "And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee." You was growing up, nobody told me I was an Israelite.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. What does discontinue mean?
Discontinue. I mean, from what I interpret it, it's like kind of like cutting something off.
Yeah, exactly. It say,
Stop me. Yep.
Jeremiah 17, verse 4, "And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage which I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
Sound like it's the slavery I was talking about.
Low key,
Yeah.
Like it's still a little bit like iffy for me to interpret, but it kind of makes sense when you say it.
You make it make sense, man.
But what's the land that they're away from? Who people are they speaking to?
Speaking to Israelites.
So the land that they're taken away from, that they got cut off from, would be Israel. I mean, they would be in a different land.
Right.
So the land that you're in, that's the land that you got found in. That's the land you got scattered to, and that's the land that you got punished in.
Right.
Well, beat this. Somebody look up yoke of iron on Google, and I'm gonna read this to say that the Bible is cold-blooded. This is the book of Joel 3, and I'm gonna start at verses. Matter of fact, we started 3. It says, "And they have cast lots for my people." Now, a lot is basically like an auctioning block. Somebody getting sold in slavery, that's considered a lot. And it says, "And I have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink." Now, when you go into so-called African-American history, they show you the black boy and the girl being sold for musket guns and wine, but yet that's prophetically written in the scriptures, man. Yeah, that show you that this is a divine book, man. And it says here, I'm gonna go down here, matter of fact. Yep, and Deuteronomy, what you read about, get that in Deuteronomy when it goes to the yoke of iron.
I got you.
What you got, brother?
This is all right. So to the brother point when he was saying we discontinue from our heritage, so like our old customs and all that stuff. This is Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses." That's why when you look at it, blacks and Hispanics who make a majority of the prison.
Locked up.
You see,
Right.
it says they are for prey and none delivered, for a spoil and none saith restore.
Right.
So like that brother brought out, like we haven't been redeemed.
Yeah.
Like Black Lives Matter, the Black Panther Party, none of them have freed our people. Like we still go through this shit.
Right. You
So-
still in the hood.
You see? And that's why we tell our people the only way you can be saved is you got to believe on the Heavenly Father and His Son, which they true names. Contrary to Christianity, it's not Jesus Christ. They true names are Yahweh, is the name of the Heavenly Father,
Yahweh.
and the Messiah's name is Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that's their true Hebrew names. That's the true name.
Yep, those are the true names of the Creator and the Son. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Yep.
Hey, all right, so I'm sorry, I don't got too much time, but so like honestly, I've never read the Bible. What Bible should I start with?
I'll get a King James verse.
King James.
King James verse.
King James. That'll just lead me on to.
I was on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, what's your YouTube?
Yep. We're Great Millstone at GMS Kansas City. And also, just a word of advice. I know, you said you ain't really into this is not a religion, this is our culture. But, just so happens if something happens on you, you need to pray in those names, man, to give you understanding. If you really want to get this, pray for that understanding, man. Because once you pray for that understanding, a whole lot of world is going to open up. You're going to find things that they hid from us. And it's going to piss you off, and it's going to compel you to want to speak out against it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord wants. He wants His men to be risen up to speak against this place.
That's right.
You know?
Got a precept as well to read to
And
you.
we'll let you go, brother.
Oh, sorry, can you put in your channel just to make sure?
Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. It says, "Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things."
So one of all things. When you want food, when you want water, you gotta go to the grocery store. The grocery store is owned by your enemy.
That's my seat.
Bank loans,
Bank
credit.
loans, yeah.
You can't go in the grocery store and be like, it's GMO's bullshit.
Yeah.
Take it off the shelf.
Thank you.
It says,
where the nigga aisle at?
"And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee." Now this is what actually happened. It's a so-called Negro wearing the yoke of iron. So this was written, again, thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago. It's a prophecy. And I got another picture to show you. Remember I mentioned the ships, slave ships, right?
Sir.
This is a slave ship that put the so-called African Negroes on over here to the U.S. And we can find the same ship for the so-called Latinos going over there to Spain, putting a slave ship to Spain. And the Native Americans having all of this.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to check you guys.
Yeah, you alright, man.
Yeah.
My name is Victor.
Victor.
Alright, take care.
We here every Saturday too, man.
Hey, I'm from Minnesota, bro.
Oh, yeah?
We got a camp. We got brothers out there.
You just visited?
Yeah, I'm here like for a convention or whatever.
That was up.
Yeah, but I was just touring this place, bro. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Some nice females.
It was a pleasure meeting you guys.
appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
You
take
said
care.
Book of James, right?
King
King
James.
James Bible.
King
Yep.
James.
King James Bible.
If you don't get a hard copy,
You can just download on your phone.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, big dog.
Take care.
Yep. Yeah. The Northern Kingdom from the start coming up, man. Had a real humble spirit on him, bro. 18 years old, he ain't teach some shit, bro. He probably got more education up here than he ever got.
You know about the transatlantic slave
You
trade?
look like you never seen a yoke before.
you never even heard it. I never seen
Bro,
one
bro,
first time seeing
bro,
a slave
bro,
ship.
they not teaching them shit, bro.
Yeah, bro.
These schools have failed Jake, man.
Bro, really,
Well, they
bro.
doing their job.
Yeah,
They don't,
that's
you
true.
ain't really supposed to know all that.
Good point,
You're
Al.
supposed to think the white man is
And that's
your
why
friend.
the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of their times, man. Because obviously, if you try to give it to Esau to teach your kids, man, they gonna be burned up and be killed, man.
Right.
Because he didn't know anything of the scriptures.
He already knew his history.
He didn't know of his own history. He knew nothing about slavery.
Yep.
They did all that within these public school
Why
systems.
you need the prophets.
Right. I bet he know about pronouns though, but they'll teach you that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he knows how to walk around these wicked ass devils.
Yeah.
That's really what they want, is to emasculate you
Yeah.
and make you basically a woman.
Right.
Sure.
And you know, Jake had the little cross earring on, so you got some type of know about something when it comes to faith. But that's all this world is given to Jake. You know, they use
It's
that
fine, yeah.
as they use the Lord as a good luck charm.
Right.
They don't know nothing more. So that's why we got to be out here to teach. He got more information than he'll ever need in his whole life. He got the true name of the Lord and his only begotten Son. We got his heritage back.
Right.
He just got all that within how many minutes?
20,
You know, so hey, keep doing the work, man. This is very important.
They gonna be coming up like that, man. So hey, brothers, be in that spirit, be happy to teach, man. The Lord finna start bringing them up, man. Hey, gonna close out. Give all praises and glory and honor that's due to you. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, shalom and above.
Above.